Good evening and welcome to Game Time on YurView. Tonight's high school game of the week comes to you from Gilbert, where the Williamsfield Blackhawks host the Campo Verde Coyotes in a big 5A Santan region matchup. Hello everybody, Chris Harris here, along with former Dallas Cowboy and three-time Super Bowl champion Dale Elstrade, and it's senior night here at Williamsfield. We have two of the top teams in 5A. Campo Verde, they come in at number 5. Williamsfield sits at number 7 in this week's 5A rankings.
It's going to be a fun night. It's senior night here for Williamsfield. Always an emotional night for the home team. We're interested to see if they can keep their focus on the game.
Now, Campo Verde is led by their head coach, Max Ragsdale. He started up the program back in 2011, and this season he has the Coyotes off to the best start in school history at 7-1.
As you said, 9th season. You see the record there, 58-37, building a really nice program there at Campo Verde.
Now, offensively leading the way for Campo Verde is junior running back Caden Calloway, the third leading rusher in 5A.
Yeah, he does such a wonderful job. He's got great vision. He can run between the tackles. He can go outside. What I love about him is when he makes a decision, he puts that foot in the ground and he gets that field. You see here, great vision, great burst. Once he gets in the open field, really hard to catch him, really hard to get him down on the ground. You see the season numbers there, over 1,200 yards, 7 yards every time he carries the football.
Now, Williamsfield, they dropped their first 2 games of the season, but since then, they have won 6 straight. They're led by their head coach, Steve Campbell, who guided the Blackhawks to a state title back in 2016.
Well, you start off with he's the tallest coach I think I've ever seen at any level of football, but he's built a really nice program here at Williamsfield. You love to watch the offensive lines he puts together. You see the numbers there. A really quality coach.
Now, you mentioned the offensive line. It is one of the best in the state. It's led by senior left tackle Noah Nelson.
And he's heading to Oklahoma as the 20th rated recruit in Arizona, according to 24/7. Big dude, strong dude, quick dude. Be fun to watch him tonight. This offensive line is going to be a treat for our viewers.
All right, when we come back, we'll have the keys and the kickoff to tonight's game between the Campo Verde Coyotes and Williamsfield Blackhawks. You're watching Game Time on YurView, Arizona.
Game Time high school football coverage on YurView is sponsored by Arrowhead Honda. Arrowhead Honda is supporting our schools. You can find your car and buy online at arrowheadhonda.com. By Big O Tires, the team you trust. And by Valle Luna, proud supporter of scholar athletes in Arizona. Join us all fall long for some of the top high school football teams from around the country on Game Time.
What is Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas? We are a true Arizona original, serving carefully prepared, authentic Sonoran-style cuisine since 1983. We are time-honored family recipes using only the freshest ingredients. Good fun, a family place, a gathering place. We are happy faces and happy hours. We are your new favorite neighborhood hangout. Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas.
Here's what you've been waiting for. Arrowhead Honda's state-of-the-art showroom is now open. We're bigger, better, and ready to deal. Check out these offers.
Lease a 2019 Honda Civic LX Sedan CVT for just $89 a month. Or a 2019 Honda Accord LX CVT for only $139 a month.
So come on down and check out our brand new showroom. Find your new car at Arrowhead Honda at Bell Road and the 101.
A beautiful evening here at Williams Field High School as we get set for the big matchup between the Campo Verde Coyotes and Williams Field Blackhawks, a big 5A Santan region matchup. Let's now send it down to the field and the third member of our team, Haley Stasiak. Haley?
Thanks, guys. You mentioned that Campo Verde is off to their best start in school history, suffering their first loss of the season last week against Higley. In talking to Coach Ragsdale earlier this week, he told me that the best version just wasn't out there on the field last week. He said that they just got down on themselves early and that they made too many mistakes, too many errors. He said the message this week was that they just need to worry about themselves. They are their own biggest obstacle, not their opponent. Here's tonight's injury report brought to you by Phoenix Children's Hospital. Nationally raised, locally focused. For Campo Verde, running back Cameron Pinion is out with an ACL injury. Cornerback Levi McInnes is out with a shoulder. And for Williams Field, kicker Caden Lotioncall is out with a left knee. And offensive lineman Isaiah Vega is out with a foot injury. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
And here are the Larry H. Miller keys to the game. Larry H. Miller, proud to support Arizona high school football, driven by you. Both teams earlier this week said they needed to stop the run to win this football game. Also execute. We're getting late in the season. You need to be disciplined, cut down on penalties. We still see a lot of penalties with these high school teams. And then physicality will be a big part of tonight's game. They want to match each other's physicality.
And emotions will be running high tonight here as well. We got two schools 4.2 miles apart. And these two programs have met 7 times. And Williams Field has won all 7 matchups, including last season when the Blackhawks got the win 17-14. See Williams Field in the black jerseys. Campo Verde in the visiting white. Here's the coin toss. Williams Field has won the coin toss, and they have deferred, so they'll receive the ball in the second half.
Elected to defer to second half.
Arrowhead Honda is supporting our schools, and they want to support you with your next vehicle. Contact Arrowhead Honda for amazing prices on new and used Civics, Accords, Pilots, CRVs, and the all-new Passport, and mention high school football, or visit arrowheadhonda.com. Parents, learn the signs and symptoms of concussion at barrowneuro.org/concussion discussion. A beautiful evening for football, 73 degrees as we get ready for kickoff.
Why can't they start football season in the middle of October in Arizona?
Why don't you pitch that to the AIA? See how far. It seems like they start sooner and sooner instead of starting, later.
Well, that's why I think it's going to be fascinating to see that open division, because some of the smaller enrollment schools, whether you're Saguaro or Sal Point, you know what? It's going to be in the 70s when you're playing. The heat's not going to be a factor, so having to play 2 or 3 games with smaller rosters won't affect you as much as it does in August and early September.
Yeah, some of those programs, you got guys starting both ways. They can get worn out for sure. Sword for Williams Field. Kelson Walker will get things started here tonight. And we are underway. It's going to be a short kick by Walker. Handled at about the 25-yard line. And here are the Batteries Plus Bulbs starting lineup. Batteries Plus Bulbs, power up at your neighborhood Batteries Plus Bulbs or online at batteriesplus.com.
Well, it's be interesting watching this offensive line go against the interior of Williams Field's defense. That offensive line is going to play a big part tonight, and see if they can't get Caden Callaway loosened up here early in the football game.
Yeah, Callaway, we mentioned third leading rusher in 5A. Just under 1,300 yards. Gets the carry here, nowhere to go. Coming up to blow up the play for Williams Field, Andres Finlayson. Let's take a look at the Coyotes quarterback, Zach Herrera, the senior.
See his numbers there? Take a look at his season-long numbers. 16 touchdowns against 4 interceptions, 60% completion percentage. Going to have to play a very clean game tonight for Campo Verde to win.
Callaway once again, this time having a little more success. Second carry of the game for the junior running back. As take a look at the Blackhawks defense.
Number 52, Dalton Brown, and number 92, Wolfcale Holston, go 290 pounds and 285 pounds. 2 big bodies in the middle of that defense.
That defense giving up just 22.5 points per game. 3rd and 3, Campo Verde. Herrera looks to his right, delivers, incomplete. Intended receiver was Danny McFarland. In on the coverage, Logan Hall.
Really good coverage there by Hall. Made a break on the ball. 3rd down and short. Pretty good pass protection. Play action fake. Little out route. Nice job by this Williams Field defense, forcing a 3 and out.
It is a bad snap. Ryan Hutchins, the punter, tracks it down, and he's able to get rid of it and gets the big bounce. What a big break for Campo Verde. You got to be kidding me. Inside the 5-yard line. Oh my goodness. What started off as disaster for the Coyotes turns into a 56-yard punt and pins the Blackhawks inside their own 5.
Yeah, snap didn't have a chance, just makes you cringe, but what a nice job keeping your composure by Hutchins, and kicks the ball end over end. Got about 30 yards worth of roll down to the 5-yard line. Just tremendously poised play by Hutchins.
Now, you've mentioned that there's 2 sounds you're looking for as a long snapper. And
you want to hear the double thud, you don't want to hear nothing.
well, that nothing turned into something for Campo Verde. Blackhawks start from their own 4-yard line. Bug takes a shot down the field. Incomplete. Intended receiver was Miles Taylor. Here are the Batteries Plus Bulbs starting lineup. Batteries Plus Bulbs, power up at your neighborhood Batteries Plus Bulbs or online at batteriesplus.com.
That offensive line from left to right, 305, 300, 280 is the little guy, 300 and 290 from left to right. Just a mountain of an offensive line.
What was the little guy? 280?
280.
Doesn't sound too little to me. 2nd and 10. Left side with the carry. Kendricks Leary. Not much room. Nice job by that Coyotes defense. Jaden Fletcher leading the way over there as we take a look at Williams Field's quarterback, Mason Bugg. He's had himself a nice year. Look at that touchdown to interception ratio.
Yeah, which obviously leads to that high quarterback rating of 139.6. Nobody really knows how they figured that out, but we do know the higher the better. 17 touchdowns against 1 interception.
I believe our director, Pete Gordon, knows how to figure out that quarterback rating. Bug, incomplete. Great job to break that one up. Zach Harper, the senior, as we take a look at that Coyotes defense. It looks like they're getting a 3 and out here.
26 sacks on the season, 9 interceptions. They're going to be a lot smaller than Williams Field up front. Expect to see a lot of movement from that defensive line. So those big guys can't just come off the ball and lean on them all game.
So great job by that Campo defense. Forcing the 3 and out. And staying in the back of the end zone for Williams Field to punt it away is going to be Jason Vaught. Vaught, a fantastic punter for the Blackhawks. Vaught able to get it away. Nice punt by Vaught. Forces the fair catch. Got a long of 50 on the season, 40-yard average. And we saw the great hang time right there on that one.
Yeah, really nice job. That muffed punt attempt by Campo Verde really flipped the field position here early in the first quarter. Now let's see if this Campo Verde offense can take advantage of it.
Yeah, the Coyotes offense this season averaging 41 points per game for Max Ragsdale. Started up the program at Campo Verde, just like Steve Campbell started up the program here at Williams Field. Callaway. Boy, great job there, lowering the shoulder too. Showing that physicality he's got as he knocks over Donovan Guyton.
Well, remember, Callaway's only a junior running that wide zone, stretching the defense out. When he makes a decision that we saw in the open, puts that left foot in the ground, gets going north and south, lowers the shoulder on the sophomore, Donovan Guyton.
Boy, Callaway, you see the numbers there, 18 touchdowns, 7 yards a pop. And Coach Ragsdale, he's got himself a bell cow and a workhorse here with Caden Callaway.
Does a really, really nice job. Great vision, as we talked about. I mean, that play was set up to go over left tackle, running behind Hayden Preston, and bounced it all the way back behind the right guard, Hunter Seeley, and gained enough yards for the first down.
Callaway, just a junior. 1st and 10 from the 32. See if Campo Verde can take advantage of the excellent field position. Callaway once again, room on that left side. Close to the first down marker.
And you can tell he's chosen not to refurbish his helmet. Again, right up the middle, nothing there. Bounces it outside, finds running room. Stays in bounds. They want to kind of shorten this game a little bit. Just such quick attributes that he had.
Pickup of 10, first down. Callaway slips this time. Before you get the handoff, Herrera just keeps it himself and gets out of bounds. Great job there by Herrera. Just don't try to force anything at that point and live to see another play.
Kind of frustrating there. Obviously, you're on a roll on this drive and your foot comes out from under you. As you said, rather than try and give it to him while he's on the ground, Herrera keeps the ball, although loses some yardage.
And before the game, I was down there in the field with our producer, Rich Reed. We talked about how the field seemed a little slick. Saw it right there. Handoff. In on the tackle is Sam Hancock.
Wow, great surge by the interior of that offensive line for the Coyotes. Lichty, the left guard, Baez and Seeley left to right, left guard, center, right guard, just surging off the ball. Tremendous job.
And that's not the biggest group there either, that Campo Verde offensive line. Herrera takes a shot to the end zone, covered. Number 23, Brady Medina on the coverage.
Really nowhere to go with the football there. Brings up 4th and 10. And obviously, if you're Campo Verde, you're going to have to complete a couple passes to try and loosen up this Williams Field defense. It's obviously trying to stop the run, and that's what they're doing right now.
So on now for the 39-yard field goal, Junior Oleo. And it is up, and it is no good. No good. Timeout in the field. We'll take the break as well. 7:13 remaining opening quarter. And we are scoreless between Campo Verde and Williams Field. You're watching Game Time on YurView, Arizona.
Tonight's Game Time keys to the game are brought to you by Larry H. Miller Dealerships, proud to support Arizona high school football, driven by you.
Phoenix Children's Medical Moments.
Scoliosis is a curvature of the spine. With the magnitude of the surgery, you really get to know these families, and I've been doing it long enough where I've got kids bringing me their kids, which, you know, makes you feel really young. By the first day after surgery, we're getting them up and getting them walking. Fortunately, most kids that come into my office that truly have scoliosis never need surgery. The most rewarding part is when you've changed somebody's life for the better.
Deal Talk. My new $4.99 BLT cheeseburger combo comes with 100% beef and hickory smoked bacon, plus fries and a drink, all for just the change in your couch.
I found the remote!
Try my new $4.99 BLT cheeseburger combo.
Serving up authentic Sonoran-style Mexican food since 1983. Visit Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas. 3 locations around the valley. Valle Luna, proud supporters of scholar athletes in Arizona. Young athletes' bodies are a work in progress, and their care requires a different approach. Phoenix Children's Sports Medicine has nationally recognized physicians and therapists who get young athletes back to doing what they love fast. Make an appointment today. Visit phoenixchildrens.org. So Williams Field takes over at their own 20 after the missed field goal attempt by Campo Verde, and a great job by the Blackhawks to come away without giving up any points on that last possession. With the carry here was Caden Cloud, the sophomore running back for Williams Field.
Averaging over 11 yards per carry, but a really nice sound tackle by Mark Leona, number 42 for this Coyote defense.
Pickup of 6. 2nd and 4. Bug. Out. Wide receiver. Screen catch is made. Take a look at Bug. Now his older brother, Trey, was a defensive back on the 2006 state title team here at Williams Field.
Get the ball out of his hands in a hurry, get those big guys releasing, trying to get out in front, but brings out 3rd down and short.
Midway through the opening quarter here. Big 3rd down for the Blackhawks. 1 to go. 1st down and more. Kendricks Leary off to the races. Foot race for the end zone. Leary for the score. 71 yards. Kendricks Leary taking it to the house.
The 6-foot, 190-pound seniors happen so many times. 3rd down and short, you're settling out to stop the run, and you find a hole in the defense, and look at the speed. Great blocking downfield by Williams Field. Instead of just getting a 1st down, you get the touchdown.
Kendricks Leary, his 14th touchdown of the season. The extra point is up and good by Pablo Gonzalez. And it's the Blackhawks who strike first. Kendricks Leary, the senior running back, taking it 71 yards, and he is over 800 yards for the season.
Running behind the right side there. Nice kick out block there by number 86. That's Caden Myers, the junior tight end for Williamsfield. And once you break through that initial line of defense, nobody's going to touch it.
Here are tonight's Vi Luna Scholar Athletes of the Week. Vi Luna, proud supporters of Scholar Athletes in Arizona. Campo Verde's Chad Roderick has a 3.8 GPA, is in National Honor Society, runs the 100 and 200 on the track team, and volunteers in the community for his church. Williamsfield Mason Bug sports a 4.61 GPA and scored a 33 on his ACT. He is in National Honor Society, student government, and does the triple jump, long jump, and runs the 4x100 for the track team. Congratulations to Chad and Mason, tonight's Vi Luna Scholar Athletes. And Chad Roderick, the Scholar Athlete for Campo Verde, on the return here for the Coyotes. And here is the Williamsfield scoring drive, brought to you by Big O Tires, the team you trust. 3 plays, 80 yards, 71 of those handled by that man right there, Kendricks Leary.
Remember, third down and short, you sell out, you try and stop that 1 yard gain, and sometimes you give up the big run.
So let's now see if Zach Herrera and this Coyotes offense are able to respond. They will start from their own 35. Herrera drops back, and it is intercepted. Taking it back for the touchdown for a pick 6. Carson Spear, the junior, 36 yards on the return, a pick 6 for Carson Spear. And Williamsfield is rolling.
Zach Herrera not on the same page with the receiver. Receiver looked like he's running a wheel route out and up, and Herrera threw the out. It looked like they're trying to get the ball to Caden Calloway. Nice job breaking on the ball. Sometimes those are the hardest ones to catch when you're wide open and there's nobody around you.
And for Spear, that is his 3rd interception of the season, and the second one he's taken back for a touchdown. So just like that, Williamsfield is up by a couple of touchdowns. Gonzalez's extra point is good. 5:32 remaining here, opening quarter, and Williamsfield races out to a 14-0 lead.
You see number 26 coming out of the backfield running the out. He went up. Herrera thought he was staying out. Kind of playing his own defense there. Spear makes a break on the ball, able to catch the football, and nobody in front of him until he gets into the end zone.
Yeah, Spear, he's athletic. He's a playmaker. He's got a nose for the ball. His other touchdown he had on the interception return was for 98 yards against Cactus Shadows. This one, not quite as far. 36, but it all counts the same for Steve Campbell's Williamsfield Blackhawks. Steve Campbell in his 13th season leading Williamsfield. He's led them to 9 straight postseason appearances. Besides that state title win in 2016, he's got a pair of runner-ups as well. Done a fantastic job with the program here at Williamsfield. Kickoff handled at about the 6-yard line. Nice return here for Campo Verde, and it's Chris Villalobos with the return. Take a look at the Santan region, and remember, Dale, in the 6A and 5A, There's no automatic bid into the postseason if you are the region champ.
All power points. You see the top there. Higley, Williamsfield, both undefeated. Higley coming on strong. Williamsfield playing good. Campo Verde, you see them 7-1 overall. Some pretty good football being played in the Santan region.
So 5A, 6A. Region champ doesn't get you a bid in the postseason necessarily, but 4A and below, you automatically get in. Coyotes start from their own 40. Callaway, short side of the field. Pick up a 5.
Well, obviously, I think if you're the Coyotes, you figure you can run the football on this Blackhawks defense. It's, can you put together 7, 8, 9, 10 plays without a penalty, without a negative play to come away with 7 points?
Coyotes found themselves down 14 already. Herrera, play action, steps into it, takes a shot down the field, has a receiver, can't connect with Danny McFarland.
Well, McFarland, 6 foot, 180 pound senior, 29 catches coming into the game, almost 20 yards per catch, 10 touchdowns. A post pattern, had a couple steps on the defender, ball just overthrown a couple yards.
Coach Ragsdale hoping his team can get a 3rd down conversion. 0 for 2 so far tonight. They face a 3rd down and 5 from their 45.
I wonder if this is 4 down territory. You can run the ball, but no.
Herrera's going to go to the air. Pass is complete to McFarland. 1st down inside Williamsfield territory.
Made himself a nice big target, sat down there, found a void in the zone defense, turned his chest to Herrera, give him target to throw to, completes that ball and picks up a 1st down. A lot of times that will settle down the quarterback. You complete that first pass of the game.
Ball spot at the Blackhawk 46. A pitch to Callaway. Picks up a lead block. Lowers that shoulder. Still pushing forward inside the Blackhawk 40-yard line.
Hits the ball back to him, and look at the downhill running, keeps that ball high and tight, a la Ezekiel Elliott. Him and Donovan Guyton now have had a couple collisions here early in the football game, and you can see Callaway listed at 166 pounds, but runs a lot bigger than that.
Callaway's got 8 carries for 47 yards. Takes the pitch. Trying to get to the right side. Blackhawks with great pursuit. And he gets brought down. In on the tackle is Aaron Wolfkel Holston. And we got a penalty flag down on the field.
Holding on the offense, number 45. 10-yard penalty, replay 2nd down.
Here's our referees tonight. Jeff Bell, umpire Bob Bertagnoli, head linesman James Sims, line judge Guy Giordano, and the back judge here tonight, Jeremy Jolis.
Coming right into your living room. Hands are inside. Tell you what, that's a flat back block that right now the coaches would love to see on film. You coach it like that, you teach it like that, and you get penalized for that. It's not fair.
Herrera takes a shot down the field once again and just overthrows Ryan Hutchins. Back to that penalty you spoke of. That was Caden Callaway's younger brother, Connor, just trying to block for his brother, doing the best he can to protect him.
Well, he did a really nice job of it, too. And again, it's one of those things you see on all levels. Officials see a defender make a abnormal move. They throw the flag. They don't really see what's going on. His hands were inside. That's the letter of the law. Drove him down to the ground. It's a pancake block that shouldn't have cost them 10 yards.
And the Callaways, their mother, Melanie, she's actually a teacher at Campo Verde. 3rd and 14 from midfield. And we got whistles before the snap. Going to reset the play clock to 25. Third and 14. Herrera's going to tuck it, loses the ball, able to fall on it. That was a designed run for Herrera, but he couldn't hang on to the ball. Bring up fourth down.
Took the snap. Yeah, he wasn't really even looking downfield. A little pressure from his left. Ball hits his thigh, it looks like, and bounces out. Very alertly jumps on the football.
So it's going to be fourth down and 9. Hutchins back to punt for the Coyotes. On the return is going to be Miles Taylor. Not much room to work with. Gets it out to about the 16 for Williams Field.
Really nice coverage there by Campo Verde punt cover team. Rebounded from that bad snap on the first one. Now it's up to this defense to see if they can slow down Williams Field.
Here's the updated stats for the season for Leary. Over 800 yards now, 8.3 yards a carry. He's got those 14 touchdowns. He's got 73 tonight, 71 of them on the touchdown run. Blitz by Campo Verde, Bug in trouble. Smart move by the senior quarterback, just gets rid of it.
Didn't look like there was a receiver in the area as Campo Verde brings 2 to the weak side. Not enough guys to block. For Mason Bug, does a smart thing. Gets rid of the football, live to fight second down.
Bug ranks in the top 10 in 5A in passing yards and touchdowns so far this season, completing 64% of his passes coming into tonight. Boy, that Campo Verde defense clogging up all the holes, and in to make the tackle, Amir Dalbic.
There's one thing that doesn't fit the nose tackle, number 58, Riley Crump. You might not be able to see him, watch him over the ball, just stack everything up. Riley Crump is 5'8" and 175-pound junior. He's going up against that offensive line in the middle that's 290, 300, 280.
Doesn't sound like a fair fight.
Does not.
Third and 10. Bug delivers. Joshua Gale, the tight end, is able to haul it in for the first down. What a beautiful grab by the senior. Pickup of 24 yards for the UC Davis commit.
6'4", 215 pounds. What a big target. Looks like he reached out with that big paw of the left hand. Got both hands on a pretty good coverage there down the field by Gia Rizzo from the Coyotes. Just better execution, pick up the first down, keep the drive alive.
Gale, you see that average right there for a tight end, 23 yards per catch. 5 scores to go with 23 receptions. Under a minute remaining, Bug on the run, looking to get rid of it, and does. It completes it. Great job of coming back to the ball by the junior wide receiver, Miles Taylor. Size quarterback in trouble, came and helped him out.
Well, not only that, but he got both feet down in bounds, 35 catches, over 700 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Bug finding a little extra time, throwing across his body, able to complete the pass.
Miles Taylor, the junior, 701 yards receiving coming into tonight. 9 touchdowns, both ranked in the top 5 in 5A this season. No whistle, the ball is loose.
It was knocked down.
Kendricks Leary. The officials didn't blow the whistle dead, but the ball, yeah, was incomplete.
Thing is, I'm not sure any of them are going to have a good angle on whether that was a lateral of a pass. Let's see here. Quarterback's on the 46-yard
Ruling
line.
upfield, this pass was forward, hit the ground, incomplete.
Pretty darn close to being a lateral. That's why you're always taught as a player, you go get the football, make the officials make a call.
And a great job by our camera crew, as always. Up on top of the press box tonight, Garrett Savage, Jimmy Rincon, part of our fantastic crew. Movement on the line.
That ball, full start on the offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Yeah, that's Noah Nelson. When you're 6'8", 305 pounds, you have a hiccup, and it's a penalty. You can't hide from anybody at that size. We've talked about him. He's an Oklahoma commit. Just an athletic 300-pounder that obviously coaches, college coaches see him growing into about 325, 330-pound athletic left tackle.
2nd and 15. Bug takes a shot down the field. Intercepted. Chad Roderick for the Coyotes hauls it in. And that is his first interception of the season. And for Bug, just his second interception thrown on the year.
I know it's 14-0 Williamsfield, but with that size advantage up front, I'm kind of surprised that they're not just hammering the football at the Coyotes and making them try to stop that run. Throws the ball up for grabs. There's 2 dark jerseys, 2 white jerseys. Goes up and grabs the ball at its high point and comes up with the interception.
So Chad Roderick, the senior, making the big play. 5'6", 150 pounds. Another one of those undersized players for the Coyotes, but comes up with a big play here. Boy, that Williamsfield defense stiffens up a little bit. Dalton Brown in on the tackle, along with about 3 or 4 other of his friends.
Well, and obviously you're going to devote a lot of resources to try and stop Callaway until Herrera shows you he can hurt you with that arm of his.
And Herrera's got a good arm, can throw the deep ball. He's been improving as the season has worn on. He became the starter week number 2 of the season. And we are through the opening quarter here at Williamsfield High School. And it has been all Blackhawks so far. Kendricks Leary, 71 yards for the score. Williamsfield up 14-0. Quarter number 2. When we come back, you're watching Game Time on YurView Arizona.
Busy. That's life for you. So while you get to it, we're going nonstop to keep you running. No running around. For new key fobs, plus your neighborhood's largest selection of batteries plus bulbs. Plus, if your phone needs fixing, we do that too. Know how? Right now. That's our specialty. Power up at your local Batteries Plus bulb store or at batteriesplus.com. for all your power needs. Yes, all of them.
My name is Javier Cardenas. I'm the director of the Barrow Concussion and Brain Injury Center here at Barrow Neurological Institute. We're very fortunate to have a comprehensive team here at the Barrow Concussion and Brain Injury Center. We have a team of neuropsychologists who can analyze the thinking aspects. We have a psychiatrist who can address the mood problems. And we have neurologists to address those physical symptoms associated with concussion. We also have a team of therapists to address balance issues, vision issues, and thinking issues in a neurological rehabilitation format. If you suspect a concussion in your athlete on the field, immediately remove them. The message, when in doubt, sit them out. Second, it's never too early to go in and see a healthcare professional about this particular injury. Also, tell the teacher, tell others at the school. That way they know how to adapt to the issues that your student is having. For more information about concussion, visit barrowneuro.org/concussion discussion.
Welcome back to Williams Field High School, where the Blackhawks are taking on the Campo Verde Coyotes. A score of 14-0 here at the start of the second quarter. I'm down here with Hala, the Williams Field student body president. She is our Jimmy John's delivery of the game. She helped head a fundraiser for Make-A-Wish Foundation that raised over $25,000. Very involved in the community as well. What makes Make-A-Wish Foundation so special?
I think Make-A-Wish Foundation is super special because it reaches out to students to allow us to grow community like through our whole school. For example, my first year doing it, we raised $13,000, and our second year we doubled it, so it just helps our school grow together, if anything, and this year I'm hoping for a three-peat.
Hala gets a $50 Jimmy John's gift card. She's our delivery of the game. Chris, back to you.
Thanks, Hala and Haley. Jimmy John's delivery of the game. Pass was incomplete. Campo Verde bring up second down and 10.
Going to bring out actually third down and 10. That first quarter for Campo Verde, 9 passing yards versus 47 rushing yards. As we talked about, going to have to do something to loosen up this Williams Field defense, and that's going to be completing a couple passes downfield.
Ball at the 20-yard line. Play action from Herrera. Looks to the right. Pass is complete. First down for the Coyotes, and hauling it in for Campo Verde is Jagger Heger, the junior fullback.
5'10", 200 pounds. It looks like he just flicks the wrist, comes open, a little out route. Nice job going down, making sure the ball doesn't hit the ground. And Heger, he's 5'10", 200 pounds. He's an old school fullback. Likes to go and hit people.
Very physical. First down. Coyotes pitch. Working that left side is Caden Calloway. He gets brought down from behind by Jonah Sui.
Run this play a few times already in this game. He gets it downhill. You see how he carries that football. Nice hustle from behind to make that tackle for Williams Field, as you said, Sui.
Pick up a 5. Callaway again. First down and more. Tackle this time by Alan Tui.
We have Callaway and Callaway. Number 45 leading the way. Nice job following your blockers. Remember, Connor Callaway, he's only a sophomore, listed at 6 foot, 185 pounds. Looks like he'd run into just about anything.
Yeah, Connor, he was brought up from the JV team early in the season. He's been impressive. You say just a sophomore. Play action, Herrera. Intercepted! Williams Field, their second pick of the game. And this time, it's Donovan Guyton, the sophomore.
A lot of young guys making plays. You can see the arm strength that Zach Herrera has. Has time to throw the football, rolls out to his right. Just a really nice job by Guyton, actually baiting Herrera into thinking that he was open, makes a break on the ball. Boy, keep an eye on number 5, Donovan Guyton. in the future for this Blackhawk defense. 6 foot, 182 pounds, and only a sophomore.
Yeah, Guyton's known as being physical, a big hitter, but he's shown he can make some plays with his hands as well. Bug's going to tuck it. Gets brought down about the 46-yard line.
Pretty good coverage downfield. Instead of running around in the backfield, lowers his head, picks up positive yardage on first down.
Bug, an excellent athlete. He finished 8th at the state meet in the long jump. He finished 8th in the javelin, and also competed in the triple jump and the 4x100 at state as well. Done a great job this season. First year starting at quarterback. It was Zach Shepard who led Williamsfield the past 3 seasons. This time it's Caden Cloud with the carry.
Well, Caden Cloud, Zach Harper with the tackle. Really nice job by this Campo Verde defense, filling all those gaps, staying low against the bigger offensive line from Williamsfield.
Third down and 8. Bug has time, delivers, incomplete. Intended receiver was Miles Taylor.
Watching Steve Campbell on the sideline, a little frustrated, not sure if it's at the wide receiver or if it's at the quarterback. Looks like he's talking to Mason Bug a little bit.
And that's quarterback talking to quarterback there. Steve Campbell, former quarterback for Arizona State. He was a backup to Jake Plummer on that 1996 Rose Bowl team, and then Campbell led the Sun Devils to the Sun Bowl the following year.
Got to have the thick skin if you're a quarterback. Your coach is going to get on you a little bit. Can't let it affect your next series.
Especially one that played the position at the college level. Boy, great job there on special teams coming down to make the play. Carson Spear. And with 8:34 remaining here in the first half, we'll step aside for a quick break. Blackhawks on top, 14-0. We'll be right back.
Tonight's Game Time starting lineups on YurView are brought to you by Batteries Plus Bulb Store. Power up at your neighborhood Batteries Plus Bulb Store or at batteriesplus.com.
Shopping online takes all of the hassle out of buying a car. And thanks to our redesigned website, Larry H. Miller Dealerships has made online car shopping even easier. One click shows you every vehicle for sale in the state. Estimate your payments and find a plan that works for you. Learn everything about the vehicle with a Carfax vehicle history and get the real value for your trade. Then stop by the dealership and pick up your new vehicle. Say hello to the future of car shopping at Larry H. Miller Dealerships. Online at lhmauto.com. Driven by you.
Deal Talk. My new $4.99 BLT cheeseburger combo comes with fries and a drink, all for just the change in your couch. What? Mr. Wigglesworth, I thought we lost you. Kevin, try my new $4.99 BLT cheeseburger combo.
Larry H. Miller is proud to support Arizona high school football, driven by you. Power up at your neighborhood Batteries Plus Bulb store or at batteriesplus.com. Get 15% off all automotive batteries online through the month of October.
Well, you look at the past Campo Verde drives. First series punt, missed a field goal in the second, a pick six on the third punt, and an interception. They have 83 yards of total offense here with 8 minutes left in the second quarter.
Herrera looking deep, lets it fly. Incomplete. Intended receiver was McFarland.
I think Guyton was kind of baiting him again. In the NFL, you're getting fined and probably kicked out of the game for contact like that, even though it was inadvertent.
They may be thrown out for the following game, where the NFL's going. 8.5 minutes remaining here, first half. And lowering the shoulder and running hard is the other Callaway, Connor.
It's just a matter, you know, you're sitting here looking at this game and you just have the feel that Williams Field has a big lead. It's 2 scores. If you can remain patient, this Campo Verde coaching staff and run the football, Williams Field has struggled.
Connor over 6 yards a pop this season. Takes it again, bouncing it to the outside. Connor Callaway running hard, gets it out to the 45-yard line. Pickup of 21 by the sophomore.
Going right off the left side. I mean, look at the vision, the physical. And you're telling me the coaching staff had him on JV to start the season?
They did, yes.
I guess every coaching staff can make mistakes, but my goodness, he is a varsity football player through and through.
So the Callaways doing some work here in the first half for Campo Verde. They're going to go back to the air. This one is complete. Catch is made by Eddie Yona. Yona, the 5'9", 145-pound senior.
17 catches coming into the game. A little over 200 yards. Coaching staff kind of looks at him like a Julian Edelman type, possession type receiver. Listed at 5'9", 145 pounds.
Also part of the National Honor Society at Campo Verde. Pickup of 6, 2nd and 4. Connor Callaway, first down and more. Boy, give the Callaways some space and they'll do some damage.
Boy, that offensive line coming off the football, getting a surge. Diego Valles, the center, watch them come over to the left here, just kind of running wide zone. You see number 62, Jake Lichty there. Hayden Preston, the 6'2", 240-pound junior.
Connor Callaway again, this time Williams Field gets some penetration in on the tackle. Garrett Lynn along with Tabor Thomas.
Well, Garrett Lynn, he's a 6 foot, 165-pound senior, has 6.5 tackles for loss. Add another one to that total.
The Callaway brothers combined here in the first half. 15 carries, 101 yards. Loss of 3 there. 2nd and 13. Herrera, sideline, incomplete. Looking for Yona once again.
Well, see, that is what makes it so difficult to be patient as a high school offensive coordinator. You're running the football, you're gaining chunks of yards, and all of a sudden on first down you lose 3 or 4 yards. Now you feel you have to pass the football. Now all of a sudden you have a 3rd and long situation after an incomplete pass.
Let's see what Max Ragsdale, his offensive coaching staff, is able to come up with. And it's going to be a handoff to Connor Callaway. And that Williams Field defense, they were waiting for him this time.
Well, when you get Julian Gordon, the defensive tackle, he's only a sophomore, 5'10", 205 pounds, 5 yards deep in the end zone. Watch this penetration by number 64. He doesn't make the tackle, won't get credit for the tackle, but I promise you his coaches appreciate that. He got the flashy mouthpiece.
Be ready to go.
Seems to be the in thing. We've seen all sorts of different looks with those this season. Hutchins to punt it away. And they're just going to let that one go. And another great job by Hutchins. They're going to spot this one at the 5-yard line. So he had one punt in the first quarter, was down at the 4. This one at the 5. Rias Air Conditioning and Home Performance. It's time to rethink your AC company. Remember, it's hard to stop a train. Big O Tires is the team you trust. Get the Big O Tires experience at bigotires.com. So glad you're with us here at Williams Field High School. Chris Harris along with Dale Hellestrate. Haley Stasiak on the sidelines. Blackhawks on top, 14-0. They start from their own 5. Leary, left side. Pickup of about 5.
Well, you look at this offensive line for Williams Field. I mean, highly acclaimed. We talked about them in the open, talked about them early in the football game. They're all seniors. They're huge. You see them tall and lanky, and it's amazing that you look at Noah Nelson, who's 300 pounds, and he actually looks skinny.
He doesn't even stand out necessarily with all the big bodies up there. Leary once again close to a first down. And send it down to the sidelines. And what do you got, Haley?
Well, guys, with this Williams Field team, these 3 big men on the offensive line are obviously the standouts. I came out here early this week and talked to Noah Nelson, Cooper Darling, and Andrew Garcia, and also talked to Coach Campbell about these guys. And he told me a story about how this game last year against Campo Verde was Noah Nelson's worst game of his career. They go back and they watch the film from the previous year, whoever the opponent is, and they were looking at this film, and Nelson just did not have a good game. Quarterback Mason Bugg was pointing out the hits that Nelson gave up on quarterback Zach Shepard, and Campbell said, "Mason, you haven't been hit like that at all this year." And Mason said, "That's because I have this year's Noah, not last year's Noah." Campbell said that Nelson has made immense strides this year and obviously has developed quite a bit as a football player. Oklahoma commit. Guys, back to you.
Thank you so much, Haley. Boy, what a huge hit right there by Ryan Sunga.
Really nice tackle, physical at the point of attack. Pick up everybody but him, almost stops him short of the first down.
Quick, let's go.
Ryan Sunga. He had 13 tackles against Williams Field last season. With a big hit right there. Bug takes a shot. Miles Taylor can't connect. Taylor had a step on the defensive back too.
Working against Chad Roderick, the cornerback, number 4. Pretty good pass protection. Ball just a little bit over his outstretched hands. Just a go route down the sideline. Taking a shot on first down.
Joshua Gale, that UC Davis commit. Taylor 6'1", 170. He's a playmaker for this Blackhawk offense. Almost had another one there. Bug keeping it. Sheds one tackle. Finally gets brought down by Jaden Fletcher.
Boy, his head hit the turf pretty good there. Let's see if he's okay. Watch his head come about right there.
Well, you can really see that head just bounce off the turf.
You can see him. Not sure he knows where he's at right now.
No. Yeah, he's having a hard time right now just keeping his balance.
They treat concussions a little differently today's day and age, thank goodness.
Yes. And that is the backup quarterback for Williams Field, Davin Schweitzer, the junior, 6'6", 205 pounds. He has thrown 13 passes on the season.
Well, I think it's almost like a relief pitcher. I think Coach Campbell taking a little time, giving Schweitzer a couple minutes to throw a football. It just looked like an innocent football play. Gets tackled from behind and kind of whiplashes that head into the turf. Let's hope he's okay.
Yes. So Mason Bugg is checked out. Davin Schweitzer is checked in. He's kind of a jack-of-all-trades player for Williams Field. And for more on Schweitzer, let's go down to Haley.
Well, Chris, you mentioned that Schweitzer is a Swiss Army knife, and he does do it all for the Blackhawks. When the kicker suffered an injury earlier this year, he went to the coaches and said he could step in easily. He said, "Coach, put me in. I'll take one for the team. I'll figure it out." He ended up going 5 for 5, including the game-tying field goal against Sunrise Mountain. And then a week later, the defensive line needed help, so Schweitzer stepped in at defensive end. He told Coach, "Hey, if I wasn't playing quarterback, I'd be playing defensive end." And last week, he played tight end. He caught a touchdown pass. In that game, he kicked an extra point, caught a touchdown, played quarterback a little bit to get some reps, and threw a touchdown pass. That was against Maricopa. So Schweitzer is just a do-it-all guy here for the Blackhawks.
Boy, he just checks all the boxes. He also had a 47-yard touchdown pass in last week's win against Maricopa to go along with the touchdown catch. Second down and 10. Check that, 2nd and 8. Under 2 minutes remaining here, first half. Williams Field still with that 14-0 lead. Schweitzer, first down for the Blackhawks. Catch is made by Cal Bergquist, the senior.
Really nice start by Schweitzer. Quick drop back, ball comes out of your hands quickly. Look at that nice camera work by the Cox crew. Able to pick up the first down. Being very deliberate here. Minute 24 left. They do have all their timeouts left.
Ball at the 40. 1:24 remaining. Blitz. And the play is made. Campo Verde. It was Zach Harper on the blitz for the Coyotes.
Interesting to see if Campo Verde takes a timeout here. Conserve some time, maybe block a punt.
10th play of the drive coming up for Williams Field, the longest of the game. And the pass is complete to Kendricks Leary, out of bounds. Clock stops.
We've talked about Leary, obviously the long touchdown run earlier in the game. Listed 6 foot, 190 pounds.
Will do.
Very versatile, seeing him catching the ball, running the football, picking up tough yards inside the tackles and bouncing outside too.
Yeah, Leary also part of the track team here at Williams Field. Runs the 100 and does the long jump. Schweitzer down the middle of the field, has the receiver, catch is made for the Blackhawks. A big, big play as Schweitzer connects with Caden Cloud. Pick up a 43 yards for Williams Field.
What a nice job. Little seam route by Cloud. Great throw by Schweitzer. Great hustle. They just dropped the ball in there into the breadbasket.
Now the handoff to Cloud up the middle. Touchdown, Williams Field. Cloud with the catch, and then Cloud on the ground for the score from 15 yards out. Williams Field extends their lead.
Hurries it up a little bit. They don't use any timeouts, and nobody can get a good shot on him, and dances into the end zone.
A big couple plays there by the sophomore Caden Cloud. Gonzalez on for the extra point, and it is good. And I'll tell you what, that was a great job there by the holder, Jason Vaught, to get that one down. 33 seconds remaining here, first half. Caden Cloud from 15 yards out. Blackhawks, they are leading 21-0. You're watching Game Time on YurView, Arizona.
I'm Jeffrey Phillips of Phillips Law Group. Too many riders are killed or seriously injured in motorcycle accidents. No matter how skilled or careful a rider you are, a distracted or careless driver can ruin your life in one thoughtless moment. What's worse is that insurance companies protect themselves by trying to limit their liability at your expense. If you need an injury lawyer, remember Phillips Law Group and call 602-222-2222 or look for us online at phillipslaw.com.
Big O Tires and the D-backs have teamed up to keep you safe and deliver Major League fun. It's the Check Your Air, Score a Pair promotion. Stop into any participating Big O Tires for a free air pressure check, and you'll receive a voucher for 2 D-backs tickets to select games. Proper inflation improves tire performance, slows tire wear, saves gas, and gets you home safe. So remember, check your air, score a pair. Big O Tires and the D-backs, the teams you trust.
When you're injured in an accident and you want the highest compensation for your claim, call the Phillips Law Group at 602-222-2222. The game time delivery of the game is brought to you by Mitchell Management's Jimmy John's. Whether ordering just one sandwich or catering your entire game time viewing party, Jimmy John's has sneaky fast delivery. Jimmy John's, because sandwich. Good look right there. Caden Cloud, the sophomore. A couple of big plays there for Williams Field, and they're up 21-0.
12-play drive. The first 10 plays netted 37 yards. You're thinking you might be able to get off the field if you're Campo Verde. In the last 2 plays, covered 58 yards. The big play, the pass that Schweitzer dropped in there, coming cold off the bench.
Boy, that was a beautiful ball by Schweitzer. Blackhawks also were 3 of 3 on third downs on that drive as well. Here's a look at the Williams Field scoring drive, brought to you by Big O Tires, the team you trust. 12 plays, 95 yards, just under 4.5 minutes, capped off by the Cloud touchdown run. So just when Campo Verde had flipped the field and Hutchins' punt was marked out at the 5-yard line, the Blackhawks just marched the ball down the field for the score.
Flipped the field, had a couple third down opportunities to get off the field with actually some time left in the first half. Williams Field came up with those 2 big plays to score the touchdown.
29 seconds remaining. Caden Calloway, not much room there. In on the tackle for the Blackhawks, Logan Hall, Carson Spear. We've called their name a few times here in the first half. As you see that clock wind down, 10 seconds remaining. And it looks like Max Ragsdale and Campo Verde is going to elect to have this clock run out. And it is halftime here at Williams Field. All Blackhawks as they lead the Coyotes by a score of 21-0 in the big 5A Santan region matchup. And it was Williams Field that raced out to the quick 14-0 lead in that first quarter. Kendricks Leary had the 71-yard touchdown run, and Carson Spear with the interception return for the score, and it's now sent it down to the field, and Haley.
Well, Coach, a pretty dominant lead here at the half. What are you seeing out of these guys that you really like?
Kids are playing hard, overcoming some adversity. Defense is doing a heck of a job. Got a couple turnovers, and offense is capitalizing on those turnovers.
All right, Coach, thank you. We'll see you.
Thank you so much. Williams Field head coach Steve Campbell with Haley Stasiak. Halftime here at Williams Field. Blackhawks, they lead the Coyotes by a score of 21-0. Stick around for halftime. We'll be back in just a moment.
Game Time High School football coverage on YurView is sponsored by Larry H. Miller Dealerships, proud to support Arizona high school football, driven by you. Rias, it's time to rethink your AC company. By Jimmy John's Gourmet Sandwiches, because sandwich. And by Phoenix Children's, nationally ranked, locally focused. Join us all fall long for some of the top high school football from around the country on Game Time.
Busy. That's life for you. So while you get to it, we're going nonstop to keep you running. No running around. For new key fobs, plus your neighborhood's largest selection of batteries plus bulbs. Plus, if your phone needs fixing, we do that too. Know how? Right now. That's our specialty. Power up at your local Batteries Plus bulb store or at batteriesplus.com for all your power needs. Yes, all of them.
Hey Arizona State All-American Juan Roque. How did it feel to be a big part of that magical 96 Sun Devils football team?
It felt a lot like you feel dominating an insurance company like when we shut out Nebraska 19-zip.
On the field or after you're injured, you need a great team to win.
That's why Phillips Law Group is honored to be the exclusive injury lawyers of Sun Devil Athletics.
If you need a winning team after an injury or accident, go to phillipslaw.com or call Phillips Law Group at 602-222-2222.
Or look for us at the game.
This evening brings many people together, fully aligned with one common mission and vision.
The Light the Night event is an opportunity to celebrate survivors, to remember those who have been lost to cancer, and to recommit ourselves to the fight against cancer.
As a cancer survivor, I feel that Light the Night is very important. This event truly gives survivors hope.
When you see these survivors doing this walk, it shows you why you're here and why you need to continue to do better to find that next cure.
Game Time Halftime is brought to you by Barrows. Parents, learn the signs and symptoms of concussion at barrowneuro.org/concussion discussion. Join us all fall long for some of the top high school football from around the country on Game Time. You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
My name is Javier Cardenas. I'm the director of the Barrow Concussion and Brain Injury Center here at Barrow Neurological Institute. So the protocol return to play actually begins shortly after the injury. While we want to ensure that an athlete does not sustain another head injury, we also want them to engage in physical activity, and in fact exercise can be therapeutic. We don't want them to have worsening of their symptoms, but we want to engage in physical activity. We don't want them to hit their head again, so that we're going to do this in a non-contact way. And some of that is going to be exercise, some of that is going to be sport-related activity, but not competing in a practice or in a full competition. A sideline assessment of concussion involves a number of things. One, the first question we always ask is, tell me exactly what happened. The reason is we're looking to see if there's a gap in memory. If indeed there is a gap in memory, even if they didn't get knocked out, it's an indication of a concussion. Second, we want to know how they felt when there was an impact. Did they feel dizzy? Did they feel dazed? Did they feel confused? Did they have any vision changes or headaches at the time? Those are also indications of a concussion. And then we want to know how they're feeling at that moment. Are they experiencing any headaches or dizziness? Do they have any pain? Are we also looking for other injuries, including injuries to the neck? We will ask them thinking questions, cognitive questions. We will check their balance, check their eye movements, and then make a decision as to whether or not they need to stay out of the game or if they can safely return. But it actually doesn't stop there. Many times we need to reassess the athlete, not just to see if they have new symptoms, but if they have worsening symptoms. And that can occur whether or not we have them go back out onto the field or if we've kept them out. If we have them go back out on the field because we feel that they've not sustained a concussion, then we need to reassess them to make sure that there are not emerging concussion symptoms. If we've kept them out, we need to reassess them to make sure that they're not getting worse or we have an emergency situation. When I was in sports, I would get a pat on the butt and go right back out on the field, and for many of us parents, that's indeed how we grew up. Things have changed because our students are students first and athletes second. and we want to make sure that when they're in an academic setting, they have all the supports they need at school. We may find they need breaks for headaches. We may find that they need to have open book assignments, or they need to sit at the front of the classroom so that they are better able to pay attention. For more information about concussion and what you can do if you sustain a concussion, visit baroneuro.org/concussion discussion.
Busy. That's life for you. So while you get to it, we're going nonstop to keep you running. No running around. For new key fobs, plus your neighborhood's largest selection of batteries plus bulbs. Plus, if your phone needs fixing, we do that too. Know how? Right now. That's our specialty. Power up at your local Batteries Plus bulb store or at batteriesplus.com for all your power needs. Yes, all of them.
Everybody loves cars, and Wheels America spotlights the greatest cars ever made. Muscle cars, classic cars, and everything in between. If it's on wheels, it's on Wheels America. We'll talk with world-class designers, collectors, and everybody who loves cars. Wheels America, the greatest cars ever made. If you love cars, you'll love Wheels America.
Wheels America on YurView, Saturdays at 7:30 and Sundays at 12:30. Sponsored by Grundy Insurance.
This is our National Football Foundation and College Football Hall of Fame Valley of the Sun chapter.
We honor scholar athletes from northern and central Arizona, 188 high schools, and the 6 colleges are represented here.
Ultimately, the cream of the crop from an athletic perspective, but in the classroom, they're also number 1, number 2 in their class. They're the valedictorian. They're also student council presidents, and these guys are out there in the communities doing just as much as they are on the field as they are in the classroom as well. So it's a pretty even split. They're pretty remarkable young men.
It's a huge honor to just be even mentioned by the NFF. A lot of great players in the state of Arizona, great in the classroom, great on the field, so it's a huge honor.
I think if we can continue to show that we have these great events where we're honoring all of these great kids, we can hopefully expand and offer more help in the future.
Deal Talk. My new $4.99 BLT cheeseburger combo comes with 100% beef and hickory smoked bacon, plus fries and a drink, all for just the change in your couch.
I found the remote!
Try my new $4.99 BLT cheeseburger combo.
Welcome to the Barrow Neurological Institute halftime show. Parents, learn the signs and symptoms of concussion at baroneuro.org/concussion discussion. I'm Haley Stasiak out here at Williams Field High School. The Blackhawks are leading the Campo Verde Coyotes 21-0. Pretty good offensive showing from Williams Field so far on the night. Let's go ahead and take a look at the top games across the state here. We've got Hamilton taking on Perry. The Huskies need to win out to get an open division invite. The Pumas are coming off a decisive win over Brophy last week and hope to carry their momentum into the playoffs. Pinnacle at Chaparral. The Pioneers haven't lost this season to an Arizona team and are on a crash course with Chandler in the open division. The Firebirds have quarterback Jack Miller back and have won 4 in a row. Look for a lot of points in this one. Cactus versus Coconino. The Panthers are just one of 3 4A undefeated schools left and face a tough Cobra squad led by senior quarterback Connor Quartz. Queen Creek at Highland, 2 6A schools with title hopes go at one another. The Bulldogs are coming off a loss to Desert Ridge after 5 straight wins, while the Hawks are just 8 points from being undefeated this season. Time now for the Phillips Law Group Primetime Performers. When you're injured in an accident, you want the highest compensation for your claim. Call the Phillips Law Group at 602-222-2222. Ty Thompson, a quarterback from Mesquite. Thompson passed for 448 yards and 7 touchdowns in a thrilling 54-52 win over Poston Butte. Thompson now has 27 yards passing and 34 touchdowns on the year, top in the state. Bryce Tate, a defensive back, wide receiver out of McClintock. Tate is a senior, had 4 interceptions, 6 tackles, and 2 pass breakups to go with 5 receptions for 150 yards and 2 scores in the Chargers' win over Paradise Valley. Jovan Scott, a wide receiver out of Peoria, he caught 3 passes for 198 yards and 3 touchdowns, including a 99-yarder in the Panthers' win over Deer Valley. Joey Jensen, running back out of Combs, the junior ran the ball 31 times for 284 yards and caught 6 passes for 46 yards, combined 5 touchdowns against Glendale. And our weekly shout out to South Point's Bijan Robinson, who broke the state mark for touchdowns last week and now has a total of 106 for his career. I am joined now by Campo Verde's Chris Gerizzo. She is the mom of Jackson Gerizzo. And Matt Wolf, he is the dad of Mason Wolf from Williamsfield. And these two have a friendly rivalry going on at work now with Eagle Mortgage. Chris, you did a little something fun to your boss over here.
Well, he's been talking a little bit of trash to me over the past few weeks, and I've been trying to keep my mouth shut. But last week, I thought, you know what, I've got to do something. So
we've got the video. Now we're going to take a look at it over here. This is what Chris decided to do. Listen to the audio here.
A couple of weeks. This is how I can even. Just decorated his office a little bit for him. And there's my boy. Maybe keeping him company today. All right. He's gonna love it. Go Campo.
All right, I gotta say, does Chris still have a job after decorating your office in Campo Verde green and gold?
You know, unfortunately, my hands were tied. She's my #1 producer, so I really didn't have a choice in the matter.
But the score 21-0, so far so good.
The scoreboard's doing the talking right now. I don't have the creativity or the energy to win up that, so I'm relying on the scoreboard.
I gotta ask you, what went into the planning for that? That was not just something where you went and picked up a green poster board. You went all out.
one of my girlfriends told me if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. So I just tore it up at Hobby Lobby and had some fun.
Well, hopefully we see a good game between Williamsfield and Campo to finish out this second half. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll send it. Oh, see, it's still going here. We got lots of rivalry. We're going to send it out to a break real quick. When we come back, we will be back with halftime highlights and stats. Keep it right here on YurView on Arizona.
Shopping online takes all of the hassle out of buying a car. And thanks to our redesigned website, Larry H. Miller Dealerships has made online car shopping even easier. One click shows you every vehicle for sale in the state. Estimate your payments and find a plan that works for you. Learn everything about the vehicle with a Carfax vehicle history and get the real value for your trade. Then stop by the dealership and pick up your new vehicle. Say hello to the future of car shopping at Larry H. Miller Dealerships. Online at lhmauto.com. Driven by you.
What is Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas? We are a true Arizona original, serving carefully prepared, authentic Sonoran-style cuisine since 1983. We are time-honored family recipes using only the freshest ingredients. Good fun, a family place, a gathering place. We are happy faces and happy hours. We are your new favorite neighborhood hangout. Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas.
Phoenix Children's Medical Moments.
Scoliosis is a curvature of the spine. With the magnitude of the surgery, you really get to know these families, and I've been doing it long enough where I've got kids bringing me their kids, which, you know, makes you feel really young. By the first day after surgery, we're getting them up and getting them walking. Fortunately, most kids that come into my office that truly have scoliosis never need surgery. The most rewarding part is when you've changed somebody's life for the better.
This evening brings many people together, fully aligned with one common mission and vision.
The Light the Night event is an opportunity to celebrate survivors, to remember those who have been lost to cancer, and to recommit ourselves to the fight against cancer.
As a cancer survivor, I feel that Light the Night is very important. This event truly gives survivors hope.
When you see these survivors doing this walk, it shows you why you're here and why you need to continue to do better to find that next cure.
Welcome back to halftime here at Williamsfield High School. Big 5A Santan region matchup. And the Blackhawks, they lead the Coyotes by a score of 21-0 on senior night here at Williamsfield High School. Time now for the Barrows Neurological Institute halftime highlights and stats. Parents learn the signs and symptoms of concussion at barrowneuro.org/concussion discussion.
Really nice job picking up the botch snap, and Hutchins punting the ball down to the 5-yard line. Everything going Campo Verde's way here early. 3rd down and 1. Lurie doing a nice job busting off the right tackle, and as we've said, 3rd and short, you break through the initial wave. A lot of yardage out there, and then you have the 36-yard interception return by Carson Spear from Williams Field.
And then it was Campo Verde taking a shot down the field, but intercepted by Donovan Guyton, the sophomore.
You have another interception, this time by Roderick, going up and getting the ball at the high point.
And then we got a new quarterback, Davin Schweitzer, in for the injured Mason Bugg. 3rd down conversion there, and then one more time, and does a beautiful job of dropping it in the bucket to the running back, Caden Cloud.
Made it look really easy. Very next play, hand the ball off to Caden Cloud, weaves his way through that defense and into the end zone for their 3rd touchdown.
Taking a look at some of the numbers from the first half.
Yeah, 25 passing yards, and I think that it's just interesting to look at Campo Verde, 14-0 before that last drive by Williams Field, and it seemed like they wanted to push the ball down the field when running the football was being fairly effective for them.
And it was the 2 big plays by Williams Field, the 71-yard touchdown run by Kendricks Leary, as well as the 36-yard interception return for the score for Williams Field. It has the Blackhawks on top here at halftime by a score of 21-0. More to come when we come back. You're watching Game Time on YurView Arizona.
My name is Javier Cardenas. I'm the director of the Barrow Concussion and Brain Injury Center here at Barrow Neurological Institute. We're very fortunate to have a comprehensive team here at the Barrow Concussion and Brain Injury Center. We have a team of neuropsychologists who can analyze the thinking aspects. We have a psychiatrist who can address the mood problems. And we have neurologists to address those physical symptoms associated with concussion. We also have a team of therapists to address balance issues, vision issues, and thinking issues in a neurological rehabilitation format. If you suspect a concussion in your athlete on the field, immediately remove them. The message, when in doubt, sit them out. Second, it's never too early to go in and see a healthcare professional about this particular injury. Also, tell the teacher, tell others at the school. That way they know how to adapt to the issues that your student is having. For more information about concussion, visit barrowneuro.org/concussion discussion.
Here's what you've been waiting for. Arrowhead Honda's state-of-the-art showroom is now open. We're bigger, better, and ready to deal. Check out these offers.
Lease a 2019 Honda Civic LX Sedan CVT for just $89 a month. Or a 2019 Honda Accord LX CVT for only $139 a month.
So come on down and check out our brand new showroom. Find your new car at Arrowhead Honda at Bell Road and the 101.
Big O Tires and the D-backs have teamed up to keep you safe and deliver Major League fun. It's the Check Your Air, Score a Pair promotion. Stop into any participating Big O Tires for a free air pressure check, and you'll receive a voucher for 2 D-backs tickets to select games. Proper inflation improves tire performance, slows tire wear, saves gas, and gets you home safe. So remember, check your air, score a pair. Big O Tires and the D-backs, the teams you trust.
Deal Talk. My new $4.99 BLT cheeseburger combo comes with 100% beef and hickory smoked bacon, plus fries and a drink, all for just the change in your couch.
I found the remote!
Try my new $4.99 BLT cheeseburger combo.
Welcome back to Williams Field High School as we get ready to start the second half. Blackhawks with the lead over the Coyotes, 21-0. Arrowhead Honda is supporting our schools, and they want to support you with your next vehicle. Contact Arrowhead Honda for amazing prices on new and used Civics, Accords, Pilots, CRVs, and the all-new Passport. And mention high school football or visit arrowheadhonda.com. Parents, learn the signs and symptoms of concussion at barrowneuro.org/concussion discussion. Let's now send it down to the sidelines. Haley Stasiak. Haley, what do you have?
Well, Coach, I just talked to Campo Verde head coach Max Ragsdale, and I asked him what adjustments that they need to make here in the second half against Williamsfield, and he told me they need to be better with the ball offensively. He said that the best version of themselves is not out here again this week. Said the same thing about last week's Higley game, and I asked him if he was seeing similarities between the first half in that game and the first half in this game, and he said the difference is that they haven't gotten their heads down. They still are very much in this game, so they're looking to have a big second half and come back from this deficit.
Thank you, Haley. And let's now take a look at this week's open rankings, and no surprise at the top, Chandler, Sal Point, they were top two. Top three was Centennial last week. Now we got Pinnacle in there. Saguaro, Horizon, Hamilton, Higley. So it's the top 8 that make it into the open rankings. So right now, Red Mountain will be the first team out.
Well, you see number 8, Higley, there's 16.97 rating, whatever that means. Don't understand that formula either. But Red Mountain right behind them at 16.39, and Canyon Del Oro 6.22. I know it has something to do with your record, something to do with your opponents, something to do with the barometric pressure, and your shoe size.
I think you got it all figured out.
That's the way they come up with the overall ranking.
They were in a terrible division.
And we just saw Davin Schweitzer. He's going to be the new quarterback here in the second half for Steve Campbell. Mason Bugg was knocked out there at the end of the first half.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game is being broadcast and streamed on YurView.com and Cox Communications Channel.
Well, it's the biggest high school football game of the season, and it's a matchup recruiting fans across the country have been waiting for all year. Number 1, Mater Dei versus number 2, St. John Bosco. Greg Biggins of 24/7 Sports and Fox Sports West has the call Friday night, and he joins Jeremy to break down the game that also features top-ranked quarterbacks Bryce Young and DJ Ugalele and more than 30 FBS recruits. Jeremy also previews Owasso's road test Friday night against Mustang and how Bill Blankenship's squad is primed for a deep run in the Oklahoma State playoffs. All that and more on this week's episode of the Over the Middle podcast. And we actually have an update from that Mater Dei St. John Bosco game, and it is Mater Dei leading in the second quarter by a score of 21-7.
I think Mater Dei is the real deal.
This just in. They're good. And how about Bryce Young, their quarterback, decommitted from USC. He's going to be heading to Alabama. How about that? Williamsfield with the ball to open up the second half. A big return by Cal Bergquist to get things going, but we do have a penalty flag down. It was a pretty clean first half, too.
Very clean. You can see over here, right about here, there's going to be a questionable block. Looked like a little bit of a block in the back. I've never had that feeling of having a really nice catch, run, or return and have it see a call back.
Illegal block in the back.
Not even when you're a tight end?
During the return, illegal block in the back on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
No, that's because most of my guys were ahead of me. They weren't behind me.
So we do have the new quarterback, Davin Schweitzer, and we started to get into it a moment ago, but starting quarterback Mason Bugg knocked out with 30 seconds remaining in the first half, and he is currently in the preliminary concussion protocol. So he is being looked at, and we hope he's going to be okay. We saw his head slam off the turf pretty hard there after it being brought down. Hope he's going to be okay. So in the meantime, it'll be Davin Schweitzer, His only drive of the first half, he was 3 for 3 for 62 yards. 43 of them coming up on a big third down conversion to Caden Cloud, which led to a Caden Cloud 15-yard touchdown run. And it'll be Kendricks Leary to get things started here in the second half for the Blackhawks. In on the tackle for the Coyotes is Mark Liano.
Well, there's just not many 5A schools where you have a left tackle going to Oklahoma. You have another offensive lineman who's committed to Oregon State, and then another kid who's getting recruited by NAU, New Mexico State, Northern Colorado. That'd be Andrew Garcia, Cooper Darling, the Oregon State commit.
A lot to work with if you're Steve Campbell. You got Luke Moustis, returning starter. Stepping out of the tackle and finally getting brought down there in the sidelines is Leary. Tackle is made by Villalobos.
Well, that's been a little bit of the Campo Verde dilemma. Play good defense for 1 or 2 downs, and now it's third down. Can your defense get off the field? Can somebody make a play to get the ball back to your offense?
Villalobos, he's a big playmaker for this Coyote team. Let's see if Campo Verde can come up with a big play here. 3rd and 6, the ball at the 19. Schweitzer gets brought down for the sack. Amir Dalbic, number 15, brings down Schweitzer. Big play there for the Coyotes defense.
Dalbeck, 6'5", 220-pound senior. 8 tackles for loss, 5 sacks coming into the game, going up against his highly touted offensive line right up the middle. Tremendous job getting this defense off the field on the first drive of the second half.
Dalbeck, 6'5", 220, got a great motor, relentless pass rusher. Gets his first sack of the night. And that is just the way this Campo Verde team wanted to start off the second half. Dalbeck with 6 sacks now on the season. He's got an offer from Wisconsin River Falls.
5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
So they'll push back Blackhawks 5 yards, and this is just what the Coyotes wanted, much to the chagrin of Steve Campbell of Williams Field.
Now you're hoping to start off with good field position, and you punch it in here early in the third quarter and got yourself a 2-score game and a ball game on your hands.
Just 4 penalties combined for these two teams, and beautiful job getting that ball out by Vaught. Gets a nice bounce. But the Coyotes, have excellent field position as they will start at the Williams Field. It's like about the 47-yard line.
Well, I'm really impressed with the way Campo Verde rushes the punter. They've done it a number of times tonight. Watch the pressure that these white jerseys put on that punt team. I mean, that is as close as it's going to be without getting your hand on the ball.
Yeah, that was Noah Borchard, the sophomore, did a great job of not getting a rough in the punter penalty.
You got to take that ball right off the punter's hands out in front of you.
So let's see if this Coyotes offense can take advantage of the excellent field position. Herrera, right sideline, out of bounds. McFarland, the intended receiver. Looked like it was Braxton Anderson on the coverage.
Well, it's kind of interesting because we've watched this Coyote offense run the football play after play, and now all of a sudden 2nd down and 10, 2nd and long, averaging almost 6 yards per carry, but yet insisting on throwing the ball down the field without much success.
Yeah, it's the Callaway combination at first half getting the work done. Over 100 yards on the ground between the two of them, and they're going to try to continue that trend here in the second half.
And
actually, is a new running back with the carry there. Actually, no, it was Connor Callaway, pardon me.
Our trusty stage manager. Notice that the quarterback, Bug, came out with a trainer, no helmet, watching from the 30-yard line as this game continues. Thank you, Miss Pockman.
There's a look right there at Mason Bug. Connor Calloway. Gonna get brought down. Looks like just short, about a yard short of a first down. So we go from Connor Calloway to Caden Calloway.
Well, I think this is 4-down territory, and you've seen him run it that play to the left a couple times. Just try and counter back, seeing if the Blackhawks defense would over pursue. Fourth down and 1, and remember, when we saw that long run for Williamsfield, you can break that initial wall of defenders, everybody trying to stop you from gaining 1 yard.
So here we go, 4th and 1 from the 37. Left side, Caden Calloway, first down for the Coyotes.
Hits the ball, you got the full house backfield, you got some lead blockers, and good pursuit by that Blackhawks defense. Made it difficult to pick up that yard.
Caden
keeping the drive alive.
Sorry about that. 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 35. Herrera going to go to the air this time. Pass is complete. Another first down for Campo Verde. And this time it's Danny McFarland.
Well, McFarland, one of the leaders on this football team, and when they're looking for plays to be made down the field, he's one they look to. Really nice throw on time. Good coverage down the field by Williamsfield. Just better execution. That was Braxton Anderson on the coverage.
Mark McFarland's updated stats. He's almost up to 600 yards receiving on the year. Not much room for Connor Calloway this time.
Ran into big Dalton Brown, 6'4", 290 pounds. You know, all these kids, a lot of times they mature and transform at different ages. From last year to this year, Dalton Brown had a huge transformation and has bought into this program here at Williamsfield.
And he is just a junior. He'll be back for another year. Herrera to the end zone. Out of bounds. McFarland comes down with it, but couldn't get a foot down. Third down for the Coyotes.
Just so difficult down here in the red zone to try and fit a ball into the corner of the end zone. Good coverage again. Little wrestling down there. Good non-call by the officiating crew.
3rd and 10 for Max Ragsdale's team. 3 of 8 in third down conversions. A dropped pass there by Joseph Barnes.
I think Barnes was wondering where he was going to run after he caught the football. Going to be frustrated with himself a little bit.
So that's going to bring out the field goal unit. Junior Oleo, the kicker for the Coyotes. Missed one in the first half. This attempt from 34 yards out. His range is about 37, 38 yards. High snap handled. And it is no good. No good. 6:51 remaining third quarter. And we have got a penalty flag down after the kick. I saw Junior Oleo, the kicker for Campo Verde, kind of being pushed away by one of his teammates.
Result of the play is a no good field goal. After the play, personal foul on the kicking team, number 61. 15-yard penalty, first down.
6:51 remaining third quarter. Step aside for a quick break. Blackhawks, they lead the Coyotes 21-0 We'll be right back, right here. Game time on YurView, Arizona.
Shopping online takes all of the hassle out of buying a car. And thanks to our redesigned website, Larry H. Miller Dealerships has made online car shopping even easier. One click shows you every vehicle for sale in the state. Estimate your payments and find a plan that works for you. Learn everything about the vehicle with a Carfax vehicle history and get the real value for your trade. Then stop by the dealership and pick up your new vehicle. Say hello to the future of car shopping at Larry H. Miller Dealerships. Online at lhmauto.com. Driven by you.
What is Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas? We are a true Arizona original, serving carefully prepared, authentic Sonoran-style cuisine since 1983. We are time-honored family recipes using only the freshest ingredients. Good fun, a family place, a gathering place. We are happy faces and happy hours. We are your new favorite neighborhood hangout. Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas.
Serving up authentic Sonoran-style Mexican food since 1983. Visit Valle Luna Mexican Food and Cantinas. 3 locations around the valley. Valle Luna, proud supporters of scholar athletes in Arizona. Young athletes' bodies are a work in progress, and their care requires a different approach. Phoenix Children's House Sports Medicine has nationally recognized physicians and therapists who get young athletes back to doing what they love fast. Make an appointment today. Visit phoenixchildrens.org. Senior night here at Williams Field. Blackhawks fans, they're fired up. Their team leads 21-0 midway through the third quarter. Also creeping up on Halloween. Seen some early costumes out. Kendrick Leary with the carry here.
One behind that left side of the offensive line. Talked about that offensive line. And when you have 2 Power 5 conference linemen committed, another one being recruited.
Don't have too many of those in the state. So much loaded talent on one offensive line. And you got a couple of great running backs with Leary and Cloud. You can see why Williams Field has won their last 6 games, and this time it's Leary once again. First down for the Blackhawks as they are now inside Campo Verde territory.
You're going to see a run right up the middle. You see the lead block, just a battering ram, pick up the first down, and you have to wonder if this Campo Verde defense is getting worn down a little bit. Well, big guys leaning on you for 2.5 quarters.
Kendricks Leary now over 100 yards for the night. 4th time he's done that this season, gone over 100 yards. Schweitzer takes a shot down the field. Penalty flag is thrown. Miles Taylor is the returning receiver. Looks like the call is going to go against Roderick.
Previous. Pass interference on the defense, number 4. 15-yard penalty results in a first down.
I wonder if the NFL will ever change their rule to just make it a 15-yard penalty. And see it towards the end there, a little bit of contact, and sometimes that's what makes it so difficult to play defensive back. You know, sometimes you get away with some contact, sometimes you don't, but I wonder if the NFL will ever change theirs to a 15-yard penalty rather than a spot of the foul penalty.
What would you rather see?
I'd rather see the 15-yard penalty. I think the spot foul can be so debilitating to a football team.
And you see teams just taking a shot down the field to try to get that big gain off the penalty too. Schweitzer, plenty of room to run, tucks it, and then slides down. Ryan Sunga was coming up to make the hit, and Schweitzer thought otherwise.
Smart play, know where to go with football. Tucks it, picks up some yards, lives to fight second down. You get his workout in, jogging over to get the play from Coach Campbell and then jogging back in.
But how about a 6'6" quarterback, and then your head coach is 6'7"?
Well, he knows how to teach tall quarterbacks to throw the football.
Yeah. Don't forget about Noah Nelson on the line at 6'8". Got a pretty good basketball team going out there. Big run up the middle. Cloud. Another first down for Williams Field. And when you got that big offensive line, why not just ground and pound?
Right up the middle. See people getting tossed around there. Fun to play offensive line when you just continue to run the ball downhill. It can just be as physical as you want to be.
Cloud's numbers on the night, and he just looks so smooth and makes it look effortless. And he's running that ball, and he's got a huge upside, just a sophomore. Schweitzer to the end, just short of the end zone. Coming back to make the catch was Bergquist. Great job by Bergquist to come back to the ball.
Well, and a really nice job by Schweitzer standing in there. Pressure up the middle. He's able to stay in there, hold the ball to the last second, and knows he's going to take a shot. Watch the pressure come up the middle. Stay able to get a little zip on the ball, pick up another first down, and give you a goal-to-goal situation.
Tackle made by Roderick. 3.5 minutes remaining, third quarter. First and goal from the 2. Schweitzer going to go to the air, and the receiver gets tripped up. It's going to be a penalty against Campo Verde, and that will be, they'll spot the ball now at the 1-yard line. First and goal from the 1.
Pass interference on the defense, number 24. Half the distance to the goal. Remains first down.
Jaden Fletcher getting called for the penalty on that one.
Talk about Jaden Fletcher, 5'11", 195-pound senior. Came to the game with 64 tackles, 4 forced fumbles, 7 tackles for a loss, and 5 sacks. Big playmaker for this Coyote defense.
He's also been to state and wrestling the last 3 years. Schweitzer again to the corner, but out of bounds was Gale. Couldn't get the feet down. Remember, you only need 1 foot in high school.
Good call by the officials. Pretty easy call. Boy, but what a luxury it is to have 6'4", 215, 220-pound tight end for a target to throw the football to.
Second and goal. Up the middle, touchdown, Williams Field. Kendricks Leary with the score, second touchdown of the night, 15th of the season.
The offensive line coming off the football. Lineup number 86 in the backfield. It's Caden Myers, the junior tight end, lead blocker.
Myers is actually a guy that was the backup tight end and moved to fullback 2 weeks ago. So he splits time between fullback and tight end now. Extra point is up and good by Gonzalez. 3:12 remaining, third quarter. Kendricks Leary from 1 yard out extends the Williams Field lead. They now lead 28-0. We'll be right back. You're watching Game Time on YurView, Arizona.
Phoenix Children's Medical Moments.
Every patient that I see, they want to get back in the game. We are the leading group in the state that takes care of dedicated pediatric sports medicine patients. I get kids back to doing what they love to do. They want an advantage to get them back, whether that be a week sooner, a day sooner, a month sooner, whatever it is. Going to a place that is pediatric focused will give you that advantage.
Here's what you've been waiting for. Arrowhead Honda's state-of-the-art showroom is now open. We're bigger, better, and ready to deal. Check out these offers.
Lease a 2019 Honda Civic LX Sedan CVT for just $89 a month, or a 2019 Honda CRV LX two-wheel drive for $135 a month.
So come on down and check out our brand new showroom. Find your new car at Arrowhead Honda at Bell Road and the 101.
Larry H. Miller is proud to support Arizona high school football, driven by you. Power up at your neighborhood Batteries Plus Bulb store or at batteriesplus.com. Get 15% off all automotive batteries online through the month of October. Member of the student section getting a little workout in. Blackhawks lead 28-zip.
This kind of looked like our director Pete Gordon's type of push-up.
Are you saying the form's good or not so good?
I wouldn't count those as full push-ups. Would you?
I would agree with you.
Williams Field tonight, 274 total yards, 111 through the air, 163 on the ground.
It's that man right there, the senior, Kendricks Leary. 2 rushing touchdowns on the night. He's gone over 100 yards rushing on the evening. Still got a little more than a quarter to go. Kickoff handled at the 10-yard line. Nice return by Villalobos.
On a good return.
And here is the Williams Field scoring drive, brought to you by Big O Tires, the team you trust. 7 plays, 65 yards, just over 3.5 minutes. Kendricks Leary now has a 71-yard touchdown run and a 1-yard touchdown run.
Oh, nice drive mixed in the run with the pass, and Schweitzer having a nice evening here on this beautiful night in southeastern Maricopa County. Are we still in Maricopa County?
Barely. I think we're barely made the cutoff, the boundary.
Do you know all your counties?
I do not. I know Pima County, as Rich Reed just dropped that into my ear.
Well, he went to Arcadia, so he learned all this.
Yeah. He's the smart one of the bunch. Pinal County, Coconino County. 2.5 minutes remaining. Nice looking ball there. Catch is made by Eddie Yona, the senior wide receiver.
A real nice ball there by Zach Herrera on the run, rolling out to his right. Looks like there's 3 Blackhawk defenders, fits it in between all of them, and now they're on the move.
See if the Coyotes can get some momentum here, get some points on the board. Connor Callaway with the carry this time, the sophomore. Tough sledding on that right side. There's a few Blackhawks in there, along with one of them being Jonah Sui. Selling
out to stop the run. First half, that run was coming pretty easy to the Coyotes offense. A little tougher sledding here in the second half.
Sui is one of those versatile players in that defense for Williams Field. Can play the run and the pass. Herrera takes a shot down the sideline, trying to make an adjustment, coming back inside to make the play as McFarland. Not able to do it. Excellent coverage there by Braxton Anderson.
You know, again, I mentioned it earlier. I think that's what makes it so difficult to play defensive back, because we just saw it called on Campo Verde, and yet I can't believe that that was any less contact than we saw, and yet it's not called.
Braxton just 5'7", 167, as we see the Williams Field defensive coordinator, Kelvin Hunter, former U of A Wildcat. And we got a Campo Verde timeout. Let's send it down to the sidelines and see what Haley has. Haley?
Well, guys, you'll notice an upside down V on the back of Campo Verde's helmets. That is the Greek letter lambda, and it's known as a Spartan symbol. The Spartan history is a big part of this Campo Verde team. Coach Ragsdale is actually a history coach, and in talking to him, he gave me a full history refresher on the Spartan traditions and different stuff with that. They carry out a Spartan shield at the beginning of the game. That's carried out by Valley Luna Scholar athlete Chad Roderick. He got that honor by being voted by last year's senior class. And the reason that they embody the Spartan traditions is that the Spartans were all about being loyal to their state and to each other. And so they implement that by being loyal to their team and their brothers. You'll see those lambdas are earned by having a good week Saturday through Thursday. It's combined with what happens on Fridays as well. But we'll see if Campo can embody that Spartan mentality here.
Thank you, Haley. It's Williams Field coming up with the big play, and Donovan Guyton with his second interception of the night.
Just playing center field, sitting back there, reading Herrera's eyes. Again, it's just tough to believe that he's only a sophomore. Ball is showing a little bit more inside than I think Herrera would like it. See him dropping back. Pretty good pass protection. But boy, Donovan Guyton sure is a smooth operator. Remember, he's only a sophomore. Keep an eye on him for the next 2 years.
So you got Guyton on the defensive side, a sophomore. Offensively, you got another sophomore in Caden Cloud. And both of them having nice nights here for the Blackhawks. Minute and a half remaining, third quarter. Handoff up the middle, penalty flag flies. On the carry was Caden Myers, but let's see what the flag is for.
The holding on the left side of that offensive line.
Holding on the offense, number 67. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
It's been a busy third quarter for Jeff Bell and his crew.
Adam Reed, the 6'4", 280-pound senior from Williamsfield.
So it's going to bring up first down and 19 for the Blackhawks. Ball spotted about their 28. Schweitzer steps up, has his arm hit, free ball, but not able to come down with it was Zach Harper. That ball seemed to hang in the air forever.
That was right arm hit as he's getting ready to throw the football. Good pressure. That looked like that was number 33, Freddie Goodson. The junior, 6'1", 175 pounds, with a huge upside. Coaches say really good pass rusher, showed it right there.
Freddie Goodson, by the way, he's got type 1 diabetes. Keeps an insulin pump on the sidelines, and he checks his levels during the game. Great story, Freddie Goodson. Able to continue to play football, and as well as handle his type 1 diabetes. And here is tonight's Arrowhead Honda drive of the game. Arrowhead Honda is supporting our schools. You can find your car and buy online at arrowheadhonda.com.
94-yard drive. See, taking 4 minutes, 22 seconds off the clock. Finish it off with the Caden Cloud TD run from 15 yards out.
And that was Davin Schweitzer's first drive of the game after he checked in for an injured Mason Bugg. And on that drive, Schweitzer was 3 for 3 for 62 yards. Coming out of the timeout, Schweitzer drops back. Left side has the receiver. Catch is made. Gale hauls it in. What a beautiful play call coming out of the timeout.
Well, it helps when you have a 6'4" tight end with nimble feet, able to get the first foot down. Not sure if the second foot got down. Doesn't matter in high school football. Good pass protection by that offensive line. Goes up high to catch the ball. If he's 6 foot tall, not sure if he catches that.
A pickup of 36 on the play. The ball is spotted at the Campo Verde 36. Minute remaining here, third quarter. Leary. Well, what a great 1-2 punch this Blackhawk offense has between Leary and Cloud.
As the season goes on, neither one of them going to get worn down.
Quite a luxury Steve Campbell has to go along with that offensive line. And you got receivers like Gale, Miles Taylor. Schweitzer, nice looking ball. Catch is made. Bringing it down. Looked like it was Spencer Layton getting the foot down, the first down for the Blackhawks. Layton also plays basketball and baseball here at Williams Field. Three-sport athlete. Don't see much of that anymore.
They really don't. Nice timing route, just a little out route. Ball was thrown before he actually made his cut, which makes it really difficult to defend if you're a defensive back.
Ball's marked at the 24. Nice drive going here for the Blackhawks. Schweitzer to the air once again. Taylor hauls it in. Touchdown, Williams Field. Schweitzer to Taylor for 24 yards for the score. The 10th touchdown of the season for Taylor.
All starts with that protection up front. Really nice route by Miles Taylor. Good route runner, this coaching staff said, and obviously with the good hands there, 6'1", 170 pounds, and he's another underclassman as he's only a junior.
Gonzalez, extra point. It's good. 35-0, Williams Field with the lead.
Makes it look pretty easy. Schweitzer moving this team. Obviously, we know Mason Bugg coming into the game, 17 touchdowns, only one interception earlier in the game. But Schweitzer has not let this offense's foot off the gas pedal.
And let's now go down to the sidelines and check in with Haley.
Well, guys, Williams Field punter Jason Vaught came up with this really cool concept that he and quarterback Davin Schweitzer have been doing since week 3. It's Williams Field fantasy football. Every Thursday they do a draft, and then once the points or once the stats come out at the beginning of the week, the following week after the game, they go over points. But how it came to be is Vaught said that he's just a punter. He was looking for something to make games more exciting, so he plays some NFL fantasy football and decided to create it with his high school team. Miles Taylor is actually one of the first players that is drafted every week. He said that they figured out who the good players are, and it's Miles Taylor and Kendrick Slurry who typically go at the top. This is a fun thing that Coach Campbell said is fun he gets to check in with them and see where they're at. Vaught is actually beating Schweitzer 3-2 right now. So somebody's getting somebody a lot of points tonight with Miles Taylor and Kendrick Lurie on their team.
Thank you so much, Haley. And a big return here by Villalobos for Campo Verde. If we're doing fantasy football on Campo Verde's side, Villalobos just made his presence felt.
Well, it's just so interesting. The kickoff return, Williamsfield hasn't come close to slowing this kickoff return team down for Campo Verde. And Campo Verde's offense has started with great field position quite a few times tonight, just haven't been able to put it in the end zone.
That was a great report there by Haley. I love the team camaraderie and the things these players come up with that kind of bond them as a group. Last play of the third quarter. And it is 35-0 Williamsfield over Campo Verde as we head to the fourth quarter. You're watching Game Time on YurView Arizona. We'll be right back.
My name's Karen Bailey. I've been on Weight Watchers about 8 years now. And this is my husband, Mark Bailey.
The wake-up call pictures.
We saw some pictures of ourselves at New Year's Eve, and we didn't recognize ourselves.
I can't believe I let myself get like that. I can't believe that's me. I was so uncomfortable in my own skin. I was a prisoner in my own body.
It's a reminder every day that I don't want to go back to that image of myself. So we're like, we have to do something.
Thought about it. I always tried doing this on my own, and she convinced me to do Weight Watchers. And ever since then, it is just a fantastic program.
Doing this together as a team is really what it is, and we keep each other honest, and we really are each other's shoulder in the good, the bad, and the ugly. I say join Weight Watchers. It is the best thing that you could do for yourself. You have so much freedom. If you have 100 pounds to lose, 10, 15 pounds to lose, you can do it, and you can work it into your life.
It's about cars, about why we love them, the roads we drive, and the places we go. Driven tells the stories from the road with a few car buying tips and some advice to keep your car on the road and off the rack. Driven, the drive, the adventure. Sunday at 8 on YurView.
Driven is brought to you by Big 2 Toyota of Chandler. Think big with Big 2 Toyota of Chandler.
Welcome back, everybody, to Williamsfield High School. Plenty to cheer about for the Blackhawks. They lead 35-0. So glad you can be with us. Chris Harris here along with Dale Hellestrate, Haley Stasiak on the sidelines. Senior night here at Williamsfield.
A lot of seniors. They had it before the game. They had it at halftime.
Caden Calloway takes the pitch. Not much room to work with. In on the tackle is Wolfkel Holston.
That third quarter, Campo Verde 39 total yards to Williamsfield 126 total yards.
Third and 9 for the Coyotes. Ball is at the Williamsfield 28. Take a look at the total numbers through 3 quarters. Herrera through the hands of McFarland. Would have been a touchdown. McFarland just couldn't quite hang on to it. Did Spear get a hand in there?
Certainly looked like he might have got a hand in there. Really nice throw. You can see Herrera. Maybe not at all. A little wobble on the throw is coming down. Maybe he took his eye off the ball to find out where he was. Brings up now 4th down and long.
And McFarland, he's got some good hands on him too. He's not going to drop too many of those. 4th and 9. Herrera to the air again. Catch is made. First down, Campo Verde. Hauling this one in is Ryan Hutchins. Hutchins, he's also an outside hitter for the volleyball team at Campo Verde, and they won the state title this past spring. They beat Marana at Mountain View, had a record of 20-2 on the season.
Well, nice job by Hutchins getting past the first down marker. So give him some room to come back to the football if he needed to do that and still pick up the yardage for a first down.
Keeps the Campo Verde drive alive. Caden Calloway gets brought down by Suey.
Suey did a tremendous job fighting off the block, able to fight through that line of scrimmage and make the tackle.
Suey's older brother Seth, he was a starting defensive end for Williams Field last season. Graduated. Pickup of 2, 2nd and 8. Herrera gonna tuck it and go. And he gets brought down. It's gonna be Suey again making the play.
You can see that burst.
Suey on the stop. Short loss on the play brings up 3rd down.
Remember, he's only a junior, 6'2", almost 200 pounds.
Third down and 9. Under 10 minutes remaining. Herrera drops back, looking for somebody. Williams Field the pressure, can't quite get to Herrera yet. Delivers incomplete. Miles Taylor thinking he should have had an interception there.
So difficult to complete passes when you get down inside the 20-yard line. Remember, there's defensive backs don't have to worry about getting beat deep. Those windows become tighter. They get closed quicker to where you can fit the football.
So it's going to bring up 4th down, and that Coyotes offense staying on the field. Converted a 4th down earlier on this drive. 4th and 9. McFarland in motion. Herrera delivers to the end zone. Intercepted. Interception made by Brady Medina. And he brings the ball out of the end zone. He gets tackled at, looks like they're going to mark it at the 1 or 2 yard line.
Well, it's very easy. Probably could have been a safety. I mean, you go down and take a knee here, and awful close now. Obviously, there's a lot of Williams Field defenders over there, that area of the field. Learning experience for him. Well, the next time he gets an interception, to take a knee.
That Williams Field defense has come up with 4 interceptions here tonight. The Blackhawks are ball hawks here this evening. Schweitzer from his own end zone tries to get away from the pressure, gets it out to Leary, incomplete. Campo Verde was giving chase and trying to get that safety.
Kind of interesting to me. You have this big, strong, physical offensive line, and you're up 35-0. I would think that you'd put it on their shoulders and hand the ball off, switch up between Cloud and Leary, and have them take over.
They've certainly had great success all night long running the ball. Play clock down to 1, now hits 0.
See Mason Bug there. Obviously he'll be in concussion protocol. All the athletes take a test before the season. I believe it's called Brain Book. So you have a baseline testing and have to acclimate yourself.
So the delay of game penalty against Williams Field, but the ball's already spotted inside the 1. I think it probably moved a couple of inches. Hand off to Leary. Not much there on the right side. So it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for Williams Field. And Schweitzer continues to get that workout running all the way over to the sidelines to get the play call from Coach Campbell. Blackhawks had success on 3rd down conversions here tonight, 4 of 7. Face a 3rd down and 8 here. Schweitzer looking left, delivers. Intended receiver was Leary. Incomplete.
Leary said, why are you throwing that ball in there? There's a safety waiting in there, and you're looking over here the entire time, drawing that safety over. As Schweitzer gets more playing time, he'll learn to look the opposite way of where he's going to throw the football instead of just staring at his receiver.
And Coach Campbell delivering the message to Schweitzer. So you're saying Leary might have had some alligator arms going in on that one?
Oh, I don't know about alligator arms. I just know that I wouldn't want to run across the middle with that safety sitting in there.
And now we got Jason Vaught for the 2nd time tonight, standing at the back of his own end zone. This one gets blocked. Blocked by Campo Verde. And they recover. Big play, special teams for the Coyotes. Coming down with it is Noah Borchard. Didn't see who got the block.
Well, they've come close a couple times. Looked like that was number 25 from this angle.
Ryan Sunga.
They've been putting pressure all night long.
So it's Ryan Sunga with the block and Noah Borchard on the recovery. And you got Jason Vaught. He was pinned deep in his own end zone. Didn't have much room to work with. 1st and goal for the 4 for the Coyotes.
Well, you got to remember, so it's things that happen previous to what actually happened. So you get the interception. If you take a knee, you're out on the 20-yard line, start your drive normally. You decide to try and bring it out, but not really bring it out. You start on the half-yard line, can't get a 1st down. You're putting from your own end zone, and now they're at the 3-yard line going in.
Handoff up the middle. Zach Harper.
This defense for Williams Field wanting to preserve that shutout if possible.
They've given up 22.5 points per game this season. They've already got 2 shutouts on the season. They blanked Cactus Shadows as well as Marana. Kelvin Hunter's defensive unit hoping to get a 3rd. In jeopardy here. Campo Verde 3rd and goal from the 2. Caden Calloway left side. Bounces it to the outside. Touchdown Coyotes. Caden Calloway scores from 2 yards out. His 19th touchdown of the season.
Boy, he runs that play awful nice. He's so patient. Look at the lead blocks. Some guys didn't even have to throw a block there. Zach Harper looking for somebody to hit, but just so patient. And then when he makes his decision, he has that burst.
Oleo on for the extra point. And it is good. 6:50 remaining here at Williams Field High School. And the Coyotes are on the board. Caden Calloway scores from 2 yards out, but Williams Field still up big, 35-7. We'll be right back right here. You're watching Game Time on YurView Arizona.
Tonight's play of the game is brought to you by Rias. It's time to rethink your AC company. Check out YurView.com for more in-depth high school football coverage from around the country.
I'm Jeffrey Phillips of Phillips Law Group. Too many riders are killed or seriously injured in motorcycle accidents. No matter how skilled or careful a rider you are, a distracted or careless driver can ruin your life in one thoughtless moment. What's worse is that insurance companies protect themselves by trying to limit their liability at your expense. If you need an injury lawyer, remember Phillips Law Group and call 602-222-2222 or look for us online at phillipslaw.com.
You're watching Game Time on YurView. For more in-depth coverage of the top players around, recruiting updates, behind-the-scenes access, and more, check out YurView.com.
Rias Air Conditioning and Home Performance. It's time to rethink your AC company. Remember, it's hard to stop a train. Big O Tires is the team you trust. Get the Big O Tires experience at BigOTires.com. Here's a good look at Ryan Sunga. Got the block punt that helped set up the first touchdown of the game by Campo Verde. Caden Calloway finishing off the 2-yard run. And the Coyotes are on the board with 6:50 remaining. Onside kick attempt by Oleo, and it's not going to make it the 10 yards.
Still rolling.
Nice touch.
That would have been really interesting if it would have rolled and just
sat on the midfield.
Touched the 50-yard line.
Here's the Campo Verde scoring drive brought to you by Big O Tires, the team you trust.
We're all good, baby.
How about this for a scoring drive, Dale? 3 plays, 4 yards. 2-yard touchdown run.
Defense kicked in, special teams kicked in, and then the offense paid it off.
Caden Calloway, 19 touchdowns on the season. That ranks second in all of 5A.
Must be awful cool for the Callaway parents to see their sons lined up next to each other playing varsity football together.
You got mom, she's a teacher here, Melanie at Campo Verde. Another interesting connection here tonight is Williams Field head coach Steve Campbell and Campo Verde head coach Max Ragsdale. Mentioned Steve Campbell, he was a quarterback at ASU mid-late 90s. Well, Max Ragsdale, he was a student manager and ASU graduate assistant at ASU during part of that time when Campbell was there. And also during that stretch, Higley head coach Eddie Zuby was a player for ASU. They all learned under Bruce Snyder, former Sun Devil coach who took ASU to the Rose Bowl and came pretty close to winning a national championship. Lost a heartbreaker in the Rose Bowl to Ohio State in the last minute. Good look at Ragsdale right there. Talking to him before the game, said it's a lot of fun to be coaching against Steve Campbell, and also when they hook up with Higley against Eddie Zuby. Third and 5. Caden Cloud, first down and more. Boy, that sophomore. He showed us the speed earlier. He's got a little strength there to him as well.
Kind of did a little Le'Veon Bell hesitation there and then exploded through the hole. 180 pounds.
We've seen Leary go for over 100 yards here tonight, and Caden Gloud, he's looked good as well, not only running the ball, but catching the ball as well.
Kind of makes it look effortless. Remember, only a sophomore. Another kid to keep an eye on for this Blackhawk football team.
Yeah, he came into tonight's game averaging 11.5 yards per carry. Gets a carry there. Goes for the stiff arm, but gets brought down. Less than 4.5 minutes remaining here, fourth quarter. See Cloud's numbers on the night. Almost 100 yards of total offense. Got the touchdown.
You know, I know Arizona's getting a national reputation turning out quarterbacks that are going all over the country, Division I. I think right behind the quarterbacks, and if not even with the quarterbacks, are the offensive linemen. They're being born and raised here in state.
And we've had a lot of them this season on our YurView broadcast as we take a look at some of the bigger names here, Dale.
Well, you sit here and go, well, why can't ASU and U of A get some kids to stay home? Well, look at those names. Notre Dame, Oregon, Oklahoma. Those schools used to fly over Arizona to get to California. Well, not Oregon, but Notre Dame and Oklahoma.
USC, a little down right now, but usually a powerhouse program. 3rd and 1. Cloud gonna get brought down. Tackle is made by Jaden Fletcher.
Well, those are things he'll learn as he gets a little bit older. It's 3rd down and 1. That's not the time to dance and try and bounce it outside. Stick your head down. Pick up the first down, move the chains. But those are all learning experiences for these young guys.
Steve Campbell, his team took on his own alma mater, Norco, earlier this season. Kendricks Leary on 4th and 1. And he's going to come up short. Campo Verde defense gets the stop.
Well, you got to love the way they're still playing hard. Here it is, 35-7. A little over 2 minutes left in the game, and yet they're still flying to the football, playing physical at the point of attack.
2:26 remaining in the game. Step aside for a quick break. It's all Blackhawks. They lead 35-7. We'll be right back with the finish.
My name's Karen Bailey. I've been on Weight Watchers about 8 years now. And this is my husband, Mark Bailey.
The wake-up call pictures.
We saw some pictures of ourselves at New Year's Eve, and we didn't recognize ourselves.
I can't believe I let myself get like that. I can't believe that's me. I was so uncomfortable in my own skin. I was a prisoner in my own body.
It's a reminder every day that I don't want to go back to that image of myself. So we're like, we have to do something.
Thought about it. I always tried doing this on my own, and she convinced me to do Weight Watchers. And ever since then, it is just a fantastic program.
Doing this together as a team is really what it is, and we keep each other honest, and we really are each other's shoulder in the good, the bad, and the ugly. I say join Weight Watchers. It is the best thing that you could do for yourself. You have so much freedom. If you have 100 pounds to lose, 10, 15 pounds to lose, you can do it, and you can work it into your life.
What's up?
What you doing?
I'm watching food.
Try my $3 cheddar bacon loaded curly fries. Get them delivered with DoorDash.
When you're injured in an accident and you want the highest compensation for your claim, call the Phillips Law Group at 602-222-2222. The Game Time delivery of the game is brought to you by Mitchell Management's Jimmy John's, whether ordering just one sandwich or catering your entire game time viewing party. Jimmy John's has freaky fast delivery. Jimmy John's, because sandwich. Everybody fired up here tonight. Williams Field. Blackhawks with a 35-7 lead, under 2 minutes remaining. Caden Calloway. Another nice run here. I've been really impressed with this junior running back, Caden Calloway.
Bunch of sophomores and juniors here tonight that could be fun to watch over the last couple years as they continue their high school careers. Love the way he carries the ball. Not afraid to lower that shoulder, get running downhill.
And Caden Calloway, before that carry, had 20 rushes for 90 yards and the lone touchdown for the Coyotes. So he's now gone for over 100 yards once again.
Look at his helmet. He must take a lot of hits on the left side of his helmet.
Oh, my. A little dinged up.
Both sides, I guess,
Yeah.
now that I'm looking at it.
I think it's pretty chipped away. Callaway's now gone for over 100 yards in a game 8 times this season. 8 out of the 9 games they've played. Less than a minute remaining. Callaway once again. Boy, nice cut by Callaway, still on his feet. Caden Callaway off to the races. Touchdown, Campo Verde. 49-yard touchdown run by Caden Callaway. There's no quitting Callaway on this Campo Verde team.
Really nice blocking up front. Number 46 through the block. Jager Heger to set him loose, and then the rest was him.
Oleo for the extra point. Low snap.
Fire. You can.
And for more on Campo Verde, let's send it down to Haley.
Well, guys, Campo Verde football has a really good relationship with the wrestling program. We're seeing a lot out of Caden Callaway tonight. He is one of several Campo football players that are also wrestlers. We've got both Callaway brothers who are actually a part of the wrestling program, and linebacker Jaden Fletcher, left guard Jake Lichty, and 3 or 4 JV linemen all wrestle. Coach Ragsdale is an assistant wrestling coach, so that kind of helps filter those guys into the wrestling program, but he told me that he really pushes it for these guys freshman year because you don't know exactly what you're looking for when you're looking to play a sport. So it's a big thing for Campo Verde football to be a part of Campo Verde wrestling.
Thanks, Haley. And Caden, he actually went to state last year in wrestling at 138 pounds. He's at 166 pounds now.
Yeah, that's
30-pound difference between his wrestling weight last year and his football weight this season. Oleo going to kick this one deep. And the ball is going to be down about the 12-yard line. And check out tonight's Rios cool play of the game. Rios, it's time to rethink your AC company.
early in the football game. Carson Spear intercepts the pass. Nice job concentrating on it. 36 yards to put Williams Field up 14-0 in the first quarter.
Yeah, that Williams Field defense came up with 4 interceptions for the night.
Thank you for keeping Williams Field beautiful.
Carson Spear. Carson Spear, a little camera shy, just a junior. 41 seconds remaining. And the Blackhawks, they jumped out to that early 14-0 lead. They've been kind of just rolling since then. But Campo Verde, they're showing they're not going to quit, though. A couple of touchdowns here in the fourth quarter. On the carry this time is Caden Myers. And that should do it. Here at Williams Field, clock's going to run out. And the Blackhawks are going to get the victory. They're going to move to 7-2 on the season. Campo Verde is going to drop to 7-2 on the season. Coach Ragsdale, Coach Campbell, shaking hands. And time now for our Valley Luna HAT Hustle, Attitude, and Toughness Player of the Game.
Yeah, Kendrick Lurie, 71-yard touchdown run on 3rd down and 1 to make the game open the scoring 7-0. See the catch there. And the 1-yard touchdown run to finish off the drive. 7 plays, 65 yards.
So big night for Kendrick Lurie. Big night for Williams Field. They remain undefeated in Santan region play. Let's now send it down to Haley.
Well, Coach, you get the win. 7 straight now. How would you describe what was so effective for your team tonight?
I think just both sides of the ball played really, played well. The defense got some turnovers tonight, gave us some good field position, some opportunities. Our offense, scored when we needed to, put some points on the board, and gave us a little bit lead where, we had to force them to throw the ball a little more, and we had a little more choice to what we wanted to do.
Davin Schweitzer came in for you at quarterback. We talked earlier this week about how he is the Swiss Army knife of this team. Yeah. How big is it that he came up in a big way for you tonight?
It's great. A kid like that, when he has a great night like tonight where he comes in and gets an opportunity and capitalizes on it, you feel happy for the kid just because he's had such a great attitude through this whole process. And, sometimes it's tough as a quarterback. You don't get to play a whole lot. And so he just said, hey, Coach, just get me on the field. I'll do anything. I don't care if I play tight end. He saw me play some tight end when Mason was still healthy tonight. Play some defensive end and then come in and quarterback, do his job.
All right, congratulations, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chris, Dale, send it back to you.
Thank you so much, Haley, and congratulations to Williams Field head coach Steve Campbell. His Blackhawks get the victory here tonight. 35-13 is the final. Step aside for a quick break, and then we'll put the final touches on this one. You're watching Game Time on YurView Arizona.
Try my $3 steak and parm loaded curly fries. Get them delivered with DoorDash.
If you think it's hot now, think again. We'll be shattering the century mark before you know it. And if your AC isn't ready for the summer, this year, you need to rethink your AC service. Whether you have an AC emergency, are experiencing hot rooms, or high utility bills, or your current system has seen its final days, Rias delivers guaranteed solutions. Call for your free home energy performance evaluation today. Rethink your home's comfort and energy efficiency with Rias, where they always say, it's hard to stop a train. Visit Rias.com.
Shopping online takes all of the hassle out of buying a car. And thanks to our redesigned website, Larry H. Miller Dealerships has made online car shopping even easier. One click shows you every vehicle for sale in the state. Estimate your payments and find a plan that works for you. Learn everything about the vehicle with a Carfax vehicle history and get the real value for your trade. Then stop by the dealership and pick up your new vehicle. Say hello to the future of car shopping at Larry H. Miller Dealerships. Online at lhmauto.com. Driven by you.
I'm Tim Tonkin of Phillips Law Group. If you've been injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident and are hesitant to contact a lawyer, can I share something with you? I've never met anyone who wants to be in a lawsuit. No one wants to go to trial, and the insurance company is counting on just that. Do you know the best way to avoid the courtroom? Hire a lawyer the insurance company knows will go there if they don't do the right thing. Call me at 602-222-2222 or find us online at phillipslaw.com.
Deal Talk. My new $4.99 BLT cheeseburger combo comes with 100% beef and hickory smoked bacon, plus fries and a drink, all for just the change in your couch.
I found the remote!
Try my new $4.99 BLT cheeseburger combo.
Welcome back to Williams Field High School. And it's the Blackhawks who get the win over the Campo Verde Coyotes by a score of 35-13 in a big 5A Santan region matchup. Blackhawks move to 7-2 on the season. Campo Verde drops to 7-2 on the season as Steve Campbell addresses his team. Let's now take a look at the highlights from this one. And it was the Blackhawks who got out to an early start.
It did, and remember we talked about this 3rd down and 1. You're selling out to stop the run, and Kendricks Leary, 71 yards later, is in the end zone. Then you got the interception by Carson Spear, 36-yard return, 14-0.
Zach Herrera takes a shot down the field, but it's the sophomore, Donovan Guyton, getting the pick. And then Mason Bugg, the quarterback for Williams Field, he takes a shot, and he gets intercepted by Roderick.
Then you see the concussion to Mason Bugg. That's what we're assuming.
Then it's Caden Cloud, the sophomore, up the middle from 15 yards out for the score.
Then you got Larry with the 1-yard touchdown run to make it 28-0.
And then it's Herrera takes another shot down the field, and look who's there. It's Guyton again. He had 2 of Williams Field's 4 interceptions of the night. And then it's Schweitzer. He finds Miles Taylor for the score.
Then here at the end, Caden gets into the end zone to avoid the shutout. They put on another touchdown. You see the final stats there. 4 turnovers for Campo Verde to only 1 for Williams Field. Almost even rushing. Then you look at the Blackhawks, 170 yards passing, 179 yards passing to 71 for Campo Verde.
Well, it's hard to believe, but the regular season, it closes out next week. Our last game, well, it should be a good one. Both Chaparral and Liberty will be fighting out for power points and playoff positioning in the 6A. Firebird QB Jack Miller is back from injury and takes on an always stingy Lion defense who got a big win tonight. Game time is 7 p.m. on YurView, Cox Channel 4, and online at YurView.com. Well, for Haley Stasiak, Dale Hellstray, and our entire YurView broadcast team, I'm Chris Harris saying so long from Williams Field High School, where the Blackhawks get the victory over Campo Verde by a score of 35-13. To watch this entire game on replay, you can log on to YurView.com. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and have a great weekend.
Game Time High School football coverage on YurView has been sponsored by Larry H. Miller Dealerships, proud to support Arizona high school football, driven by you. Valle Luna, proud supporter of scholar athletes in Arizona. By Jimmy John's